Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Shadowcasters Network, where tonight we're playing a macabre game designed by Logan Jenkins. It's called I'm Sure You're All Wondering Why I've Gathered You Here This Evening. It's on Kickstarter, it has far surpassed its goal, and we get to demo it today. So, Logan, I want you to go ahead and introduce us to set the scene. And then we'll go ahead and introduce our guests for this evening.
All right, so I will just read the opening monologue. It is a dark and stormy night. You've just arrived in an impossibly large mansion on an otherwise deserted island. You were sent a mysterious invitation with no return address. Enormous doors open before you. Good evening, mutters a butler. You step inside, surprised to see you're one of 12 invitees. The door shuts, then locks loudly behind you. The butler speaks again. I'm sure you're all wondering why I've gathered you here this evening. While I'm sure we're all still mourning the deceased passing, there is some good news. The butler explains, you are entitled to the deed to this very mansion, along with the private island it rests upon, and of course, the vast fortune that goes along with it. The butler's face then darkens with a sinister smile as they add, that entitlement, however, is conditional upon your being the sole surviving guest in this mansion at dawn. The house is filled with secret passageways, traps, weapons, and 11 other people that stand to gain from your death. The huge grandfather clock in the center of the foyer sounds midnight. Good luck.
Excellent. All right, so playing this evening. Hello, I'm Oz. Of the Shadowcasters Network. Joining me, I'll just go left to right. Nathan Blades. You might know him from various tabletop RPG designs, actual plays, streams. So, hi Nathan, how are you?
Work hard out here. Hi, I am your androgynous android game show host from the future, Nathan Blades. It is a pleasure to see you. I'm really excited to play this game. Logan told me about it a little while ago as like an idea for a one-pager, and then it expanded out to this really beautiful, cool thing. So I am so excited to see it in its kind of like full glory and get to play it. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, same. I told Logan, like, this ticks every single box from my childhood, because House on Haunted Hill was my favorite horror movie as a kid. 13 Dead and Dry was my favorite board game as a kid. So, like, I was on board. I'm like, we need to play this, like, now. Joining us as our next guest is, you might recognize her from here in the Shadowcasters Network, various actual plays, including Join the Anarchy, Kids on Bikes, Night Witches, Optiverse. And she also is the co-host of the All Around Science podcast, Scrim. How are you today?
Hello, I am also very excited, although I didn't hear about this until a few days ago. I have not had a chance to play a new RPG in a while, so I'm super pumped to be able to do that.
Yay!
Yay. And finally, our final guest is from, you might recognize, from Crit Squad, an excellent sound engineer and voice actor, Chris. How are you today?
Two truths and a lie. I'm good. I also only found out about this recently, so I think I'm excited, but if I'm being honest, I will be learning this as I go along.
Yes, no, we all
So we'll
will.
find out.
We all will, and I think
But
that's okay. We're going to be demoing this, so.
I'm happy to see everybody here.
Same. It's good to play with everybody. It's been slow. It's been slow times.
Yep. And now we're gonna murder each other. Actively try to end one another's lives.
Hooray!
Really, we should have been doing this in person.
Wait, what? What?
All right. Well then, why don't we go ahead and learn how to play this game? First, we have a little bit of setup, right? Character creation before we get too deep into how this game works. But as a disclaimer in general, we are learning the game, so feel free to learn along with us and ask questions in chat. Also, you in chat, you, our other guest, you can feel free to roleplay any of the other guests of the mansion that are not being played.
Yes.
Feel free to give us suggestions so that we might inspire our narrative. And also, if you donate, super chat, or subscribe to the channel, you trigger some lightning and thunder sound effects and cackles. So feel free to scare the shit out of me because I'm going to be the only one to hear it. So, Logan, go ahead and tell us, how do we get this game of I'm sure you're all wondering why I've gathered you here this evening started?
Okay, so we have our table set up in a beautiful way. Thank you, Oz. So you set up the game by dealing out the mansion, which is quite a big of cards.
Damn it, Nathan. Nathan
happened?
scared me. He's super chatty. Damn it. I jumped. I startled.
That's amazing. You set
thank you,
yourself
Nathan.
up for this.
I did. I did.
So the first step of playing is to choose a butler, but that's going to be me tonight. I'm going to be your host for the evening, and the rules do explicitly state the rules of the Deceased game, not the books game.
Whoop.
Oop, we've lost someone.
We lost.
Oh no!
My cameras.
It's all good.
precious
It's all
My
good.
camera position. Ah.
Where am I?
You're good. We see your eyes. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm Logan now.
Ah,
Ooh.
Oh.
your transformative work.
Anyway, so I'm going to be the butler. That's
Mhm.
that's your game master type role of
Mhm.
I'm sure you're all wondering why I've gathered you this evening. And it is against the Deceased game's rules to kill the butler. But this is an RPG, so like go wild if you want to kill me in character. So the second part is to create the deceased. So we are all gathered here this evening because someone has died. And we need to create this person. Now, we can assume a couple of things about this person. One, they're filthy rich because they have a private island and a giant mansion that they live on by themselves. Well, assuming they have some staff on, but maybe we'll say that they don't. I don't know. But some example questions. We're going to go around and everybody add a detail to the deceased. So that could be something like, how did they make their fortune? Why would they have designed this awful game? How did they die? What were they like? But you can literally add anything. So I've got the Zoom thing. I'm just going to go around Zoom. So Nathan, can you add a detail about the deceased?
Sure, absolutely. I think the deceased found his money by striking oil, quite literally, possibly on the island where we currently reside.
Wow.
And as a result, has taken quite to the aesthetics of oil, sheeny black surfaces, stuff reflecting unusual colors, and so on and so forth.
Okay, that's incredible. So we've established a lot of things. One, you gendered the deceased, so we do have it's a male deceased. He, him pronouns for the deceased. Made the fortune with oil and is really into oil. So the aesthetic of the mansion is perhaps dripping oil, I guess.
Like that sheeny black,
Literal
lacquer.
oil?
It might not
All right.
necessarily be like that at the start, but as we go and things get spookier, and oil is where oil should not be. And
And then
Wait, is that
the
oil
other
or
thing-
blood? I can't tell in this chrome. I can't tell in this black and whiteness.
It's whatever you wish it to be.
And then the other thing is, if he's actually doing oil drilling on the island, that adds something additional, like some additional machinery, at least on the island.
Yes.
Anyway. All right. Scrim, would you like to add something about the deceased?
Okay. I think that the deceased was a bachelor at the time of his death, but had 4 ex-wives and 13 children.
Wow.
So he's really what's the word? Stiffing his kids. basically.
Oh.
This is a yeah, they probably aren't happy about this situation, but for some reason each one of them has displeased him, and so he is not allowing them to inherit his money.
Well, I mean, one of you may turn out to be the kid. Like maybe maybe one of you are
yes,
a
that's
favorite
true.
kid or something. But we'll see.
Yeah, there might be a few, right, that make it, but not everyone was invited this evening.
But that's incredible. So while he died a bachelor, he was prolific in creating other humans.
That's the word for it, yeah.
With 4 ex-wives and 13 children. Okay. Chris, can you give me a detail about the deceased?
I think there are 4 large cats roaming around the house, each named for an ex-wife.
I thought you were going to say a Ninja Turtle.
Each one as old as the end of that marriage.
So when you say large cats, do you mean like large house cats or
those,
large exotic
those
cats?
house cats, the house cats that might as well be ocelots.
Okay, yeah. So very large cats.
Yeah.
Cats you can almost ride.
Right, exactly. but you shouldn't try.
No. They would not appreciate that. All right, so we have big old cats on the premises. 4 cats named for the ex-wives.
Okay.
And Oz, can you give me a detail?
Yes. I think also, and this is just because I really like the Vincent Price-ness of this. One thing that he was also really into with his oil fortune, because he's got to spend it on something, is film memorabilia, so that it's like all over the house. He was he actually got to do like various productions, B movies and stuff that he was super excited about. The critics weren't particularly loving it, but he has all the money in the world to blow, and you know, so he's been surrounded by Hollywood and different magnates and people like that, so he has a lot of connections there, and that might be someone who shows up this evening. But I'm also thinking, film memorabilia all over the house.
And you're saying the memorabilia is from not necessarily critically beloved films, but from films that the deceased loves.
Correct.
Okay.
And B movies and his own works as well.
One of the suggestions in the chat has had a fascination for complex illusions and collected magic equipment, which I think works quite well with Oz's suggestion.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
stage magic, stunt effects and stuff like that might be something he had an interest in or a passion for.
I love it because this
That's
house
cool.
needs deadly traps and trickeries. Yeah.
It's true. So you have like the sawing in half magic trick somewhere in the house. That could, I mean, that basically already was in 13 Dead End Drive. Let's make it happen.
The fireplace that flips you into it. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that was my favorite way
Yes.
to kill somebody. And
Because it just launches them all over the... Well,
Yeah.
the stairs really launch them. But anyway, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so...
Oz and I are one of the few people who love 13 Dead End Drive. Shout out in the chat if you know what we're talking about.
That was a game I always coveted whenever the commercial came on, but I never actually got.
You could bring that, like the original 90s version of that game to like a Gen Con or whatever now, and the table presence is like everybody would be trying to figure out what you're playing, because it's one of those pop-up games that you basically have to assemble a Lego set to play.
I bet they have this on Tabletop Simulator. All right, let's stop geeking out.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna. This is gonna
Let's
happen.
change the stream.
It's gonna happen in the future. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we've fleshed out the deceased as far as details. Now let's collectively name them, or him. Name him. So oil baron, movie enthusiast. You may got any leanings here?
Bartholomew O'Toole.
Love
I
it.
like that.
Love it.
O'Toole.
But
Does he go by Bart?
I think the
Only
kids
to
that
his
don't
friends.
like him. Oh yes, that's the other. It's like the kids who don't like him call him Bart.
Bart. They call him Bart.
Bart. And you can.
I like the only to his friends. That's stronger, because then we come in being like, "Oh, Bart." It's like you've barely ever spoken to this guy.
Love it.
All right, now we're going to move on to finding out about your characters. So to start, let's all draw one card from the deck, which you can do by just pressing 1 on tabletop sim. That's probably the easiest. Also, players who are not Oz, don't screen cheat and look at Oz's card.
Yeah.
It's all right. I won't do so. Oh,
So
the
your
card
secret
designs are
card-
pretty.
Yes, I made sure to get a really nice card set for this game.
So the secret cards give you several little bits of information. You want to keep them face down in the table or on the table in front of you.
Right.
Yeah,
You can
so
press
to
F
do
to
that,
flip.
press F to flip while it's in your hand, and then set it on the table. Don't set it on the table, then flip, because then we'll see it.
And then in the future, you can I believe you can press, is it E to look at a face down card? Let me just,
Yeah, how am I supposed to do this?
Nope, it's not E.
There
put it
is
on
a
the table.
key command to specifically view a thing that's face down, but I don't remember.
It's
have my card right here.
option to look at the card and shift to look at the back of the card. So, don't look at any of the mansion cards, but your own cards, you can definitely do that. You can see that little eyeball.
Right, gotcha.
And do we put it on top of our name or somewhere else?
You'd have to put it on the table, because otherwise it kind of like goes back into your hand. So just set it on the
So,
right.
yeah, just somewhere where you know that's your secret identity
Oh,
card.
yeah, here. I'll put mine over. I'll put
Sounds
mine
good.
here, and then
Oh yeah, perfect.
Now, you can't share details of your card, like numbers or suit or anything, except through the actions that you take. And gradually revealing what your card is through play is not only going to make us a more compelling story, but it has advantages to you in the game. So don't be afraid to do moves that require you to say like pretty specific information about your card, because that's part of the play and the experience. And you won't be penalized for it. Okay, so your secret card tells you, first of all, how close your character is to the deceased. So something like a 2 on your card would be like a stranger that is kind of wondering why they've been invited to this island. And like a king would maybe be one of the ex-wives, for instance, or a brother or sister, or maybe one of the kids, like his favorite kid. A 6 or a 7 is somebody who is closer than a stranger, but not like extremely close. So maybe my go-to example is like a groundskeeper, somebody who has access to the deceased in a pretty personal way, but also you would not say is like extremely close. So the other things your card gives you are a goal for your character. So if you all have the document. So if you go to the next page 11 through 14 has outlined all of your cards. The fact that the card, whether it's odd or even, and the suit is going to tell you which of the 8 like categories you are. And pay special attention to that goal, because that's you just want to get that done during the evening. That's in addition to winning the game, which you may or may not want to do. But you certainly don't want to lose the game, i.e. die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know your life.
Sorry, my PDF reader crashed. I'm having a great day.
Oh, no.
What page were we looking at? That was 10 and 11, you said?
10 is where we're talking about the secret card, but 11 through 14 is where the actual, like, the abilities and the goals are.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so, yep, that sort of explains that. Whenever you do one of the moves, so every single one of the secret cards, let's say your club's even, you're going to have a goal, you're going to have an ability that's your club's ability, an ability that's your even ability, an ability that's your club's even ability. So that's like the unique to your card group ability. You're going to have one of those. And whenever you use one of those abilities, you want to say, like, I'm using my club ability, just to let everybody know, that you have that ability that you can use, and then also a clue towards what your card is.
So you specifically say, I'm using my club ability.
Correct.
Okay.
Or my even club ability if it's the more specific one.
Okay.
The odd ability, whatever. Okay, so now everybody, we're gonna go around. I'm gonna go around the opposite way this time, and we're gonna say your name, your character's name, your connection to the deceased, your occupation, and a fear that you have. So let's start with Oz.
Okay. If nobody is leaning this way. I'm thinking I want to go for one of the actors and like a lead actor in one of the B movies.
Love it.
Yes. They have had I guess he would be recognized. Okay, so let's say this actor is maybe like a Bela Lugosi type of figure or something like that, right? I kind of want to go for so I'm going for like that horror lead. No, actually, no, I don't want to go Bela Lugosi. I think I want to go for like more of the gentlemanly, like, you know, hero of the horror film, right?
Okay.
Let's go with that. And he was the lead in 2 films before there was a rumor of a falling out of some kind. It's this the gossip columns were on page 7 noted noted it, and there was some discussion amongst the B movie horror community about what that might have been, but it's never actually come to light. There's only just been speculation.
And is this a falling out with the industry itself or with Bart specifically?
Bart specifically.
Okay.
Yes, that's the rumor. Whether or not that's true is yet to be determined.
Okay, so you've
What
got
was
your
your name,
connection.
Moss?
Yeah, what's your name?
Let's see. I need a really good actor name. Since I'm already digging the Vincent Price thing, I'll go with Vincent.
Ooh.
I need one of those last names. One of those actor last names. Vincent
Steele with an E.
Ooh, yeah.
Vincent Steele. All right. Yep.
Love that.
Got it. Thank you. I'm terrible at making up names on the fly, so.
Just a name-related thing that was a fun fact that and now that we're in black and white, the second Darren in Bewitched was Dick
York.
something. Yeah. Anyway, that was just a stage name. His actual born name was Dick Cox. And
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
And he only changed the second half.
Yeah, you should have leaned into that.
Well, I mean, Vincent Steele could also still be a stage name, so I'm perfectly fine, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, actually. So I'm imagining someone very handsome and dapper, well-dressed, and very good at dramatic wine sip.
Ooh.
Ooh, well done.
Yes.
Well, I'm not as good.
Straw.
Now, what is a fear of Vincent's?
I think a fear is becoming irrelevant.
Oh.
He's already getting older, so he's already getting left out of those kind of leading man roles, and also I guess like him being in those B movies like kind of lowered his caliber as like being taken seriously in Hollywood. So I think there's kind of like this struggle of proving himself as an actor.
An actor, a capital A actor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I think we've got Vincent squared away for now.
Mm-hmm.
Chris. Name.
Jameson
connection.
Reeve.
Jameson Reeve.
Old business partner.
Oh.
Here to get my money back.
So what was that business as your occupation?
Old Hollywood.
Oh.
Not the way they do it now.
Where?
Yeah, basically a producer, but the money kind, not the creative kind.
Yeah, got you. Old Hollywood rather than New Hollywood. Is it possible you had anything to do with Vincent's falling out with Bart?
I don't talk to Vincent, and Vincent doesn't talk to me. It's in the settlement.
All right. So finally, what is a fear of Jameson?
I cannot abide cats.
You said your own cats. Okay, cannot abide cats. I'm writing that, like, cannot abide cats is a good, very specific sort of. It's not like you're afraid of cats. It's
Or maybe I am, but that's what
like Jameson
the
has
macho way of being like, no, it's your problem,
it's the
not
cat's
mine.
problem. Okay, Scrim. Name
My name is Lola Rosemary.
Lola Rosemary. That's a
And
pretty
I-
name.
And Bartholomew's first wife.
Ooh.
My family, well, we don't like to talk about it, but made their money running items back and forth during Prohibition, and after that ended, we had to turn to other business opportunities. Lola is in the usury business. She is a loan shark.
Oh.
And Lola met Bartholomew when he had nothing. Because she likes her men the way she likes her clients, poor and desperate. So Lola is surprised. She was surprised to get this invitation because when he made his money, she was not. I think he was interested in her staying, but the power dynamic had shifted out of her favor, and so she ended the marriage. And is very, very interested to see who else is in the room. They stayed in touch periodically. Wasn't a bitter divorce, but
Okay.
yeah, not something she was interested in continuing. Yeah.
I really appreciate that she very specifically calls him Bartholomew, like not Bart.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
we're not friends. We're
Bart.
just. What is a fear of Lola's?
Lola is afraid of being cornered.
Ooh. Huh. Like metaphorically or physically or both? Anything?
I would say both for sure. Yeah, I think that she's the kind of person who's always aware of every exit because there's a lot of people that really hate her.
Well, you've come to the right place this evening.
and the feeling is often mutual.
All right, Nathan.
Hi. Before I get into character stuff, I'm going to ask a kind of table tone question. What I have in my head is a very queenie character who is a terrible person. Now, in the wider scope of horror media, there are a lot of queenie characters who are terrible people, and they're the only queenie character, and it is a bad thing. However, I am a fan of embracing the kind of like monstrousness that people place upon me because these painted nails rend flesh. Are we okay with doing that, or shall I pull that back?
No,
Just asking the table
fine.
if that would be okay.
I'm good with that.
Fantastic.
Playing
Yeah,
at a trope.
let gay people
not-
be villains as often as heroes. Please, more heroes too. But also villains. I love it.
Cool. Just wanted to double check that before I go rolling into making this person super scummy and everybody be like, oh.
The rest of us play the whole game like,
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, like this isn't really a game for non-scummy characters.
Also, which is why we're going there. Anyway, you are all in the delightful presence of Cyrus Wandsworth. He here pronouns. I am a business partner of Bartholomew, although not in Hollywood or anything gauche like that. I supply tools to his mining enterprise. What kind of tools? Well, the people who know are usually under my employ. or tend not to be telling other people about the kind of tools I supply. So be careful who you ask.
What is it?
I feel like
A fear
Lola
of
could figure
mine.
this out.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, a pickaxe can be used for many, many things. In terms of a fear, well, I tend not to be especially vocal about the things that get to me, but I am not really one for getting my hands dirty in any sense.
Oh. Is this like a level of germaphobe or?
I mean, in any sense, is pretty literal.
Okay.
Personality wise, I would rather not do something myself if I can make somebody else do it. And also, I work with a lot of unclean people.
Ooh.
It's amazing.
When you're
Okay.
as rich as I am, you don't need to get your hands dirty.
Okay. That's everyone. That's not everyone in the party, but that's all of our player characters, which are called player guests in this thing. So another thing you're going to have is your hand of cards is going to be your belongings. And you enter the mansion with one. So everybody can go ahead and draw one card from the deck into your hand. Where did Jameson Reeve go?
He has vanished.
He fell into a trapdoor already.
Oh, jeez. Early to be falling into the
He already
trap.
found-
Jeez, I'm
he
so
already found
bad
the
at this
secret
escape
switch.
room.
Ah, you're back.
Ahoy.
Alrighty, so Chris, if you didn't hear, draw one card for your belongings.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
And you also missed Cyrus Wansworth's introduction.
I'm incredibly
I got-
shitty.
I got most of it. What was the fear?
I am not a fan of getting my hands dirty in any sense, honestly.
Okay. Now, does this one stay in my hand?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Your hand will now be belongings. And those are used for a lot of things. But in this in the deceased game, you're likely going to want to evaluate an item based on how it can kill somebody easily or not. And just as a reference, although you can, this is more for roleplay than game mechanics or anything, but so a 2 through 5 in your belongings would be something not super useful for you right now. A 6 through 10 is something relatively useful to your current situation. And higher than that, up to ace, is something eminently useful to you, precisely what you need.
Okay.
And belongings go into your hand. Nobody else gets to see the value in there. So we're gonna arrive at the mansion now. So if we could have like a little RuPaul's Drag Race style one-liner from everybody as they enter the foyer. Let's start with Oz this time.
Okay. Vincent Steele, who has arrived with his umbrella to prevent his suit from getting wet from the storm outside, enters, looks about, takes in this grandeur, this echoey, dark mansion, dark in color but well lit for now, and shakes his umbrella fiercely and just straightens himself out and looks about the room and says, "I see I'm the first one here," and immediately heads for the wine bar, which already the butler has laid out several bottles and champagne bottles and stuff on ice and such and glasses. So he goes ahead and serves himself, and then he sits, he positions himself. He's like he wants to be ready for the next person, and so he just like properly places himself against, finally deciding on like an elbow rested on the top of the bar and swishing his wine. watching the door but pretending not to care.
Jameson Reeve, how do you enter the premises?
I'm already sitting in that high back chair in the study. And I'm on cigar number 2 and drink number, don't worry about it, you're not my wife.
I love him.
Lola, how do you enter?
Lola enters and looks around and kind of makes a disgusted face and mutters under her breath, "Ugh, I hate when he's done with the place." And she heads to the bar for a sherry.
Allow me. Of course.
And I think she, because she was still friends with Bartholomew, she knows at least of Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they met a couple times at a party or two. Vincent.
So good to see you again. It's been, 10 years?
At least.
And yet you still look as ravishing as the day that I met you.
Oh, you charmer.
All right. And finally, Cyrus. How do you want?
Yeah, a relatively nondescript car pulls up outside of the building, and stepping out of it is not really the form of a person. This raincoat, so large, so form-swathing, steps out. Just you cannot even see inside the hood of this. And the sound design raises the sound of the click of heels as it walks, as this figure goes click, 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 click all the way up to the door. And inside the building, with the sound of rain dulled, there's a slow emerging from the raincoat. This radiant man in an emerald green suit. Places neatly the coat upon the rack, rummages inside the coat pockets for some gloves, which he then carefully puts on before making his way again with the sound of clicked heels across into the parlor, being like, "Oh, it seems there are people already here. Good afternoon. Good evening." Lola, it's good to see you again.
Cyrus.
Don't tell me that you've also moved into the acting career, he says, gesturing blithely at Vincent and Jameson on the other side of the room. You've not
So you recognize me.
Unfortunately, yes.
I can't say I have any talent in the area. I'm very truthful, as you know, Cyrus.
Sorry, is anyone else getting a little draft dust in the air or something? Maybe it's just the horse shit.
Jameson. Oh.
Cyrus actually's nose wrinkles at even the mention of horse shit. Oh. A vulgar career and a vulgar mouth, I see. Well, hopefully this won't take long, as he moves over to a chaise longue, dusts it down with one hand, and sits very neatly atop it.
I love it. All right, so you all are not the only guests. There are 12 total guests invited. So we're going to do a really quick, I'm just going to draw 8. And we'll assign like some very quick, like 1 sentence assignments to these values.
A lot of spades.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Wow.
In that case, I usually
Was this deck shuffled?
It was definitely shuffled.
Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, we have a good range here, but okay. So, normally when we have a lot of the same suit like that, there's some kind of relation over here. So maybe this is like a rival family, or maybe this is like New Hollywood.
Bunch of the kids.
Oh, might be the kids. I mean, given that he doesn't seem very close with his kids, these numbers are kind of okay.
Right.
There.
The spades are who are these unfamiliar faces? None of. Oh, I'm sorry. So they're the ones asking that. So
yeah.
they don't know the.
Yeah, they're
the
like,
cease-
we're his kids.
Secret family.
Oh, a secret. Oh,
Fifth
okay.
wife.
A fifth secret wife. Oh my
And
gosh.
that one doesn't have a cat.
That we know of.
It's a dog.
I do like the fact, because none of us ended up rolling children, as it were. So that there are children in the guest pile definitely makes a lot of sense, and it would be the majority of them by suit. That reads as makes sense to me.
And to be clear, the deceased children, they are not children themselves. The game, I just don't want to get into kids being killed or killing people.
Right. Adults,
They
children.
are young adults. Yes.
Yes.
Or no.
They're full adults.
We'll say
Yes, they are full
descendants going from. That makes sense.
Okay. This 2 is y'all. Nobody knows who this person is. This is they're confused. They look very confused as to why they're here. I think 7. We already said that might be a groundskeeper. So let's just stick with that. Does that sound good? Also, anything. I mean, what do we think this Jack is? Because that's kind of a higher number. Maybe somebody one of you know.
Is that wife 3? Wife 2 ain't here, but wife 3 is like maybe in the picture.
Okay. That sounds good to me. So maybe Lola has some feelings about that, or maybe not.
Yeah, I think she definitely is giving her a little side eye when she comes in, but nothing more than that. Just kind of
Okay. And then what's a 4? Maybe I'll think a 4 might be.
So this is someone who
Former
needs that money.
Lawyer.
Employee, I think.
Oh, one of the employees. Okay, so we have the groundskeeper, but what's something like further away than a groundskeeper would be?
Secretary maybe, or a
I feel like secretary would know lots of secrets.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
I would
close.
say they'd be on par, if not closer.
right. So then no. Maybe like the bellhop that used to or not a bellhop. What are those elevator operators that would take him to his office? They just like, they got into conversations every once in a while, and he's surprised to even be invited, but like they got to know each other sort of,
There you go.
right?
Yeah, I
they're
feel
not
like
like total
that's a 4.
strangers.
Yeah. So the essentially the elevator operator.
Yeah, at his place in business in California.
Cool. All right.
In Business Town, California.
In business. Too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that represents everybody who's here. The butler, me being an additional 13th person, but other than that, we've met every single person. I'm gonna flip this and hope it doesn't do some weird physics that flip your. Hey, that worked out better than I thought it would. So the foyer is a 5 of clubs. So when we flip over the foyer, I would like one of y'all to give me something opulent, another person to give me something mysterious, and a third person to give me something sinister about the foyer.
I think something sinister is a decoration of some kind. Like maybe there's a huge exotic animal head on the wall.
Oh yeah, like an
Ooh.
elephant
Like
or
a
something.
rhino or
Ooh, rhino.
yeah, something that an ethical person would not hunt.
Right.
Perhaps imperfectly taxidermied, so it doesn't look
Yeah.
quite right.
Oh no.
It's kind of got some like black like rips, and it's almost sort of sagging a little bit.
Oh god, that's sinister indeed.
I regret everything.
Yeah, I liked Rhino Head for sure.
Okay. We got opulent and mysterious still to fill out here.
Opulent is definitely going to be this wine and liquor collection. This bar is just mad perfect.
I think into the sinister, among that collection of bottles of expensive alcohol, there's one in a crystal bottle that has a thick, viscous black liquid in, and you are not sure what it is.
Mm. Mm.
So that was our mysterious thing.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
I like that.
As a,
Yeah, I mean those are three excellent things.
mhm.
All right, so now we're like moving to the game proper. So the butler gives the speech that I gave at the beginning of this. So all of you may have different feelings than were initially part of the discussion. And so playing the actual Cease game, we're going to go around and it's going to be like a pendulum. So it swings clockwise and then counterclockwise. So the people who go last in one turn get to actually take an additional turn right away on the second round. Anyway, turns involve moving, which is you can move to any room adjacent to your character, and then performing an action. Actions are listed on page 18, and you also have, don't forget, access to all of your moves for your identity card.
Mhm.
Whenever you're so like moving, when you reveal a new room, we're going to do a similar thing that we did to the foyer, but you get to, whoever moves into the room gets to say every detail about the room, like what it actually is, like this is the conservatory, and then also fill in details of something opulent, something mysterious, and something sinister. And we will, every turn represents 1 hour of the evening. Dawn is going to be at 7 a.m. So you've got until then to do whatever your character wants to do here. Maybe just struggle to survive, maybe perform their goal, or maybe you want to try and win this thing. So I'm gonna just use Zoom again, and we'll start clockwise with Lola.
Okay. So
I may just to, because I've played it several times. Some things that you want to go for are to protect yourself. You either want to have like your defense move as your secret card gives you, or you want to rummage for something so that you can essentially, like, these are like
yeah.
capable of protecting you.
Oh, do we need to set down
Okay.
3 cards at the foyer?
Yes, we do. Yes, I'm sorry, I should have done that. Oops. Let me get over here and.
Yeah, I think oh, sorry, what are these cards for?
These are the belongings. So when you rummage, you get to look through those three. Well, that was stupid. But you get to look through these 3 cards and choose one of them whenever you do a rummage action.
Okay. So I think as soon as this announcement happens, Lola, she knows this mansion fairly well. She's going to slip into another room, unnoticed by anyone else. So let's go to the center room.
Okay. So, whoa. Pay no attention to those. I guess I would still have them selected.
I see nothing.
Okay.
Okay, and the suit, the card that's there, what does that mean for the room itself?
Well,
Diamonds?
I don't actually have any charts for what that means. It's basically just freeform, what you think it is. There is the potential of making, like, I want to have like some helpful charts. So we could have numbers assigned to, like, whether it's a conservatory or a lounge or something like that. Things in Clue, you know. But
Yes, yeah.
but it's honestly open to whatever you want to do right now.
Okay,
But right
so
now,
I
it's
think
just the difference between face up and face down is the only thing we have to pay attention
Right.
to.
I
That's
see.
right.
I see.
I mean,
I
it
think
is
this. Go ahead.
it is information about remaining cards, right? So if you want to do card counting, this does help for that.
Yeah, so this is she steals her way upstairs, and this is a smaller room on the top floor of the mansion. This is the observatory.
And can you tell me something opulent, something mysterious, and something sinister about the observatory?
So opulent is there is a beautiful collection of telescopes underneath a very well crafted domed glass ceiling, and it is meticulously preserved, extremely beautiful. And right now at midnight you can see the stars coming through. So that would be the opulent. Sinister, something sinister. This might not be sinister, but in the corner is a desk that is covered with books and star charts, and there's like a calendar, and today's date is marked very prominently with a specific astronomical event that's meant to happen.
Oh, no.
So it's the phases of Venus. Early in the morning, we're going to see a waning crescent on Venus, and it looks like Bartholomew was very excited about this. So yeah, maybe more creepy than sinister, but yes.
That seems pretty sinister to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was the third one?
Mysterious.
Mysterious, yeah.
Mysterious.
That one could qualify as mysterious.
I think it's probably both, right?
Right.
Yeah. Can that be a twofer?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Especially with how many details you gave there. Like literally like every single edition, it was like, oh.
Okay. So now I have the option to rummage, or do I definitely rummage? Is that?
That's one of your actions that you can take, but you have a whole list of actions on page 18 in addition to the actions on your card. The actions on your card may power up one of the actions. So like some cards have the ability to rummage and get an extra card or something like that. So yeah, but any of the actions.
And because I went first, am I by myself in this room, or would any of the other
in that room? Well, let me say with the caveat that the non-player guests, you are basically your puppets. They can be anywhere that they need to be, unless it like explicitly makes no sense that they would be somewhere. You can just say, okay, the groundskeeper is in here with me.
Okay, got it.
For things like manipulate or whatever you want.
Okay, I think I will rummage. I'm going to look for something. I think that Lola's heart is pounding and she's looking for something, anything to protect herself. She can't bear the thought of not being able to defend herself.
Yeah.
And I look through the stack of cards and I pick one of them. Yes?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. I have the ability that when I rummage, I can keep an additional card.
Oh, nice.
So let's see if I can figure out how to look at this on.
I think you can look through the stack, but given that you're going to be taking 2 of the 3, you can just oh yeah, you're looking through it. You can just draw all 3 into your hand by pressing 3 if you want to.
Do suits matter with belongings?
No, again, I might
Okay.
add some charts, but currently this is all just improv, make up something weird. But the numbers are, like I said, so 2 to 5 would be something not very useful to you at the moment. 6 to 10 is something relatively useful to your current situation, and Jack through Ace is something eminently useful to you, precisely what you want. In the acting out part of this move, you're gonna tell us what you were looking for and then what you actually found.
Oh shoot! I just gave you.
It's okay. You can take it.
Gave it to Oz.
I didn't see it.
Sorry.
Here you go.
Okay.
It
the stream now
It
knows.
stayed downstairs. No, I mean it stayed flipped, so I didn't see.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I tell you what I'm looking for, and I tell you then what I find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So she's looking for something that would be very unobtrusive, something that she could use to, like I said, defend herself. And she finds two things. She finds a some sort of cleaning instrument for the telescopes that is quite small and pointed, like you might like stick a cloth or something on the end of it. Anyway, it could work very nicely as a stiletto, and she slides it up her sleeve. And she also
maybe a compass or something like that. Like
yeah, that's great. Yeah, a compass. So yeah, she finds also a compass. So like what could be used very easily as a weapon, and something that could not at all be used as a weapon. Had a great range of cards options.
And just to let the table know what that action was, what gave you like even, odd, club, whatever, what gave you the ability to rummage for 2 cards?
Heart.
Okay, cool. So you used your heart ability.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Cool. Now we're moving on to Chris, or Jameson Reeve.
Jameson Reeve. Well, I want nothing to do with that horrible woman. I'm going to take my drink over here.
All right.
And
so
now I flip this, yeah?
Yep.
Ooh.
Pretty.
And tell us what the room is, and then the 3 details. Something opulent, something mysterious, and something sinister.
This is off the foyer. It's the dining room. Something opulent is a grotesquely overcarved, overpolished oak hutch, like china cabinet hutch thing against the far wall. Something mysterious. All of the chairs and the table are covered in a thick canvas cloth. And something sinister. There are dark stains on the cloth.
Oh no.
Well, that's good.
Oof.
Nice.
All right.
I now have an action.
You do.
I'm going to, yes, I'll rummage.
So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for... I know somewhere in this mansion is a little black book, and it's got the numbers of everyone who ever paid into or out of these, quite frankly, reprehensible movies. After tonight, I'm going to have to go collect from them as well.
So much confidence from Jameson. just like very much expecting to survive the evening.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to rummage. And that means I get to draw one of these cards, right?
Yeah, you actually look through all 3 and choose one you want.
Okay. And so I pick them all up by hitting 3. Yep.
Mm-hmm. There's also, I think you can right click. Scrim did this, but you like right click to search through the deck. That might be
sure.
easier too. But this totally
and then
works.
I can just put these back somehow. Do I have to flip them
you gotta
first?
flip them before you. Yeah.
Oops. And they go back in the dining room.
Yep.
Okay. And then
Thanks, Stoney, for the super chat.
and we know we get those when Oz dies a little bit.
Yeah.
There's actually a point in the game at the end of every turn where lightning does strike and some stuff happens. We'll get into that later, but boy, it would be great if somebody could just like be ready for that.
So
I mean, super chat. The super chat has something for me, so I will. Never mind. Go ahead.
I will use my diamond ability, and I'm going to. Do I get to choose which one of the non-player guests is in the room?
Yeah, you can pick any of them.
They're my puppets. Didn't we establish one of them was a groundskeeper?
Yeah, number 7.
Number 7. Let's say.
Sorry, 7 of clubs. We do actually have the 7. Of
Yeah, that's true. 7 of spades. So my ability, the diamond ability, is I can take a belonging from him.
Oh, okay.
Do we move them around?
No, they just stay over there on the side.
They stay over here.
You can summon them to any room.
They're quantum guests.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to steal. I'm sure he's got a pair of shears.
I think if you steal from a guest, it's just like the top card of the deck. Is that right?
It says draw. Oh yeah, draw first and then
you can tell. Like if it was a 2 when you draw,
it won't be that. So I can say what I'm looking for is a sharp gardening tool of some sort, and I just draw the top one from the deck, and then I have to.
Yeah, what
you
actually is it?
What I stole. It is precisely what I was after. a sharp pair of easily concealable pruning shears.
Nice. All right. So that was Jameson's turn. Now we're going to Oz or Vincent Steele.
Yes. So Vincent Steele stays here in the foyer. He acts nonchalantly. He's very good at acting. Inside, he's dying because he has nothing to defend himself. He fiddles with a very unique-looking watch on his wrist, and one of the I want to say maybe the Jack of Hearts, so the third wife, approaches and says, so you still have that watch from the set of Stake Through the Heart. And and I say, yes, I've always it's very special to me. It was my breakout role. And she goes, yes, well, you're very special to me as well. And she like murmurs it, and she turns to the wine and she says, thanks to Stony for this line, Mr. Steele. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, this should be somebody else. So the elevator operator is the one that or no, the confused guest. Let's say the confused guest. Confused guest walks up and says, Mr. Steele, is it? Sorry, I don't recognize the face. I've only heard of you through. I don't really watch movies, but are you sure that wine is not tainted? Because I'm quite parched. And he looks at his wine and says, "Well, I uncorked this myself, but unless somebody slipped anything into it." He picks up this bottle of Chablis and he like tosses it, and it's like, shame, and just throws it into the trash can, and starts perusing the bar to like surreptitiously search the area for something that he can use. So I'm gonna do a rummage action, and I actually want to use my my heart ability to rummage for an extra card.
Oh, nice. So while you're thinking about that, clearly you know the third ex-wife. So can you give us her name?
Yeah, let's call her. She needs a good cat name too. Selena.
Yes. Selena Kyle? Is that?
No, dear, no. No, Selena Price. There.
Selena Price. Okay.
Okay. And let's see. Oh, this is interesting. What happens when? I'm sure this is giving away. What is an ace item?
Exactly what you're looking for.
Okay, got it. Okay. Well, he finds. Actually, he's gonna go ahead and take that. Just draw. Wait, what did I do? Oh, okay. How do I draw from the deck? Like while I'm searching it?
I think you can. Right.
Just
I don't know.
drag it.
Scrim, you did this, right? You should be able to.
Yeah, right click and there's a search option.
But then, can you, from the search option, can you grab one of the cards
yeah,
and put it in your hand?
Yeah, I just dragged it to my
Dragged it to
thing
your
and
hand.
then accidentally dropped it on yours.
Got it. Oh,
The candle's gonna burn.
Manifested.
got it.
Our perfect deck is ruined.
Got it. So yeah, so he finds a special. He finds a bottle of poison. Happens to be just placed, and also finds for his bonus item. Finds a. Oops. Wait, you guys don't see if I flip these cards, right?
If they're in your hand, no.
If they're in your hand,
yeah.
He also finds another thing that is precisely what he needed, which is going to be
Nice.
maybe like a syringe.
So you could actually put the poison in a corked wine bottle.
Yes,
for
I can.
example.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So great.
Okay. So now it is Nathan's turn, or Cyrus.
Indeed. Cyrus casually walks over. Can we move diagonally, or is it only orthogonally?
Or orthogonally.
Wonderful. Cyrus goes and looks at the conversation of everybody moved around the room, and then silently stands up from the chaise longue and walks through into the kitchen. Whoa. Thank you very much. I understand that round one is, increasing our hand size because more cards is more options. But also I want to talk to NPC. Am I allowed to do both if it's not a manipulate?
Yeah, you can talk. Yeah, do anything.
It's kind of what I did.
Yeah,
I was just kind of establishing a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yes. So there is one of the members of the family. I think the number 10, the one that actually has the biggest relationship with our deceased.
Yes.
Also in the kitchen. And strikes up a conversation with him that I am happy to let any of you take the role of number 10. Who are they? We have Bartholomew O'Toole. I'm a big fan of punny names, but I wonder if they're all rocks and minerals.
Spanner O'Toole.
Yeah. I like the idea of them all being rocks and minerals, since this is a mining empire. So this is Ruby O'Toole.
Ruby O'Toole. Okay.
Which I will also add to my own notes.
Which of the wives' kids is she?
Man, I don't know that. We can establish that later. I don't want this to take forever.
No, because if it's Lola's, then that adds an extra layer, right?
Oh yeah, but I'm happy to let Loli discover that.
When the body arrives.
Ruby, good evening. What a unfortunate circumstance we've both placed ourselves in.
Yes, it's going to be an unpleasant evening.
Well, it doesn't necessarily need to be. The people who are scrambling around in the dirt trying to find ways to murder everybody else will, I'm sure, end up covered in blood one way or another. But I fully intend to make sure that I rise above it all. They can murder each other and I will just keep my nose out of it, unless they want to try and start something, of course.
What are you saying exactly?
I'm saying that I have no interest in killing anybody. But I am also saying, Ruby, that now is the perfect opportunity for you to satisfy that craving of yours. But maybe we should talk about that another time. For now, I'm just going to see if they have anything that fits my constitution. He taps his stomach lightly. As he goes and rummages through the, I guess because period, icebox and pantry. I don't know too much about 1940s America, so I'm just gonna kind of make up what people say during this time period, and you can tell me if it's right or not.
No one could possibly prove it any one way or the other. It's fine. Did you give opulent, mysterious, and
oh yes, of course, opulent, mysterious. So in terms of opulence, I think that there is there is this icebox, but there is also a gigantic walk-in freezer. You know, there are already various cuts of meat hanging inside, perfectly preserved.
I bet there are.
In terms of mysterious, I think one of the pantries is locked, which is unusual, but then maybe he's very keen to make sure nobody eats his midnight snacks. And in terms of sinister, there is already a selection of food prep, especially meat cutting knives, scattered out. They've not been cleaned recently. They are still filthy.
Yuck. That's how you get ants in your mansion.
That's how you get ants in your
This is
mansion.
how you get ants.
I'm going to drag a card from that into my hand. Yes, that appeared in my hand. For some reason, sideways, but we're not going to think about that too much. Yes, he rummages around in the ice box, and then, as though it was looking in the same space, looks underneath the sink and pulls out a bottle of very strong cleaning fluid of some kind. Who knows what they used to clean things back in the day? It was definitely not FDA
toxic.
approved. Yeah. And it's just kind of like, just in case I need to clean my hands later. As he puts that away. After all, if there is going to be anybody here with blood on their hands, it's certainly not going to be me.
Ruby looks terrified.
Okay.
That's me.
Oh my.
That is the end of the round. So, at the end of a round, I'll just tell you all what happens. The clock strikes 1. Let's go ahead and move that over. I'm just gonna go. Boop.
Hey.
They're lightning strikes. Can somebody make the lightning strike? I meant chat. But...
Chat can make lightning
Oh
strikes.
yeah. No, chat.
Anyway, the lights flicker. There's a scream. The lights come back on, and someone has died.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Who is it?
Okay, as a table, let's see which one of these people died. Do you think?
I think it should be somebody under the canvas in the dining room. It's like so Jameson can
discovered that someone has died.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
But
I think it should
whom?
be one of the
Whomst?
siblings. One of the
Okay.
siblings.
yeah. Let's just the least favorite, perhaps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the least favorite doesn't
All right.
survive.
All right, that person is dead. And that means that we start back, and again, the turns are like a pendulum. So we're gonna have another Nathan turn. So what does Cyrus do?
Cyrus, after having moved around in the kitchen, moves back into the foyer and strikes up a conversation with Vincent. Which will be, I'll be doing the question, but we'll build up to that because I want to try out all the mechanics.
right now.
Vincent quickly hides, like just kind of straightens up and makes sure that he doesn't look like he is coming on to onto Selena. She's still in a conversation with and this stranger.
While you're having the conversation, Cyrus silently walks up and sits on like a footstool that's in range of conversation with the both of you and just sits patiently staring at the both of you until you stop talking.
Drink?
Not from you. I wouldn't know where it's been. I was actually interested in asking how you were. It's been a short while since I saw you last. The halcyon summers of last year. Trips to the beach, watermelon. That one failed attempt at ocean horror. But I suppose we don't speak of that too much these days.
If you'll excuse me, I'm no longer thirsty. And he is going to
Well, that certainly is a surprise.
Yeah, Selena's like, what does that mean? And just like yeah, he just
After all,
disappears.
I've known you to be voracious in many senses. I was after all, I was really surprised. I could scarcely tell who had more a bloodthirsty hunger, the shark or you, on that film set.
Vincent very angrily grabs that crystal that bottle with all of that viscous blood and just smashes it against the bar, and he like holds the glass up to Cyrus's neck in a dramatic flare. You shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. You're nothing but a liar, a lying liar.
Oh, so quick to act. Such raw passion. I mean...
You wouldn't know the first thing
you're an
about me.
actor. Oh, I do know one thing about you, Vincent. You're a gambling man. That's why I came over to talk, actually. I do know that Bart had... You can put the glass down, by the way. The moment has passed.
He does, to his chagrin.
There we go. Much better.
Fuck, you're right.
Sorry, he's such a bastard. I do know that Bart has a very astounding games room, and I would like to play. Do we go thrilling or do we go comedic? We go comedic. I would so love to play on his luxury marble mousetrap set one last time.
Yes. Another game with table presence.
Yeah. Just like you to like a game about trapping mice. Bumping them off.
We have housekeepers to handle the rats around here. There's just a stare over at the complete stranger who happens to also be in the foyer at the time. He's probably still standing around like, what the fuck's going on? Why am I here? In a resplendent outfit, they look absolutely gorgeous, but they have no idea why they're on set. Possibly in the film that this is, the extra that they hired had no idea they were going to be doing a horror until today, and the confusion on their face is very real. I have no idea. Well, you know, we have other people to deal with the rats around here. But, well, I suppose I should ask, really. Are you going to be staying in the acting game? You're not long for it. But I can find you work. High-paying work.
Who needs to be paid when you can stand to win an inheritance?
And there the gambling side of you comes out. I suppose it is a yes or no question. Which I guess is the like, do you intend to stay in acting?
Yeah. Well, okay, got it. So he'll say, with all that money, you make the right connections and reestablish some semblance of respectability in Hollywood. That would be ideal. Of course, I have no intention of partaking in such a vicious, macabre game.
No, me neither. It's beneath me.
Mousetrap?
Of course. I suppose the mechanical process to get us both in the same room that's diagonal from us will take some time. I would like to make a called shot that the games room is this card.
Sure.
Makes sense.
And I will be honestly making my way to that room, whatever route that allows us to do so, which is, I guess, 2 turns from now. But yes, I look forward to our game. I'll be waiting for you.
All right. It is now Vincent's turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Vincent will walk ahead into the dining room, and he'll spot Jameson Reeves standing over the body right after having just discovered it. And he shockingly says, was this your work? How dare you?
Fuck the settlement, I guess. I don't even know who this person is. I thought maybe...
It's very like you. It's very like you to bump off people that you don't know.
You're exhausting me already. Listen, it's murder is afoot. My hands are clean. This one especially. What do you want me to beg and plead for you to not tell some other folks that something's not true?
Well, you'll have to prove your
Again.
innocence. I think I'm gonna investigate the room, right? So there's been a murder. And so I'm just gonna make a big show about, walking around detectively like I have skills, right? And he's going to, poke, prod, don't move, murderer, and approaches this hutch, and I find the hutch when I touch it, and I open a drawer, or sorry, when I lift, let's say that there's like a glass that has a little blood drop on it, right, in that hutch, and when I move it, the hutch rotates with me inside, and can I have it just drop me into the game room?
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
I'll just be in this halfway mark here.
Nice.
I just disappear in front of you.
So your investigate action resulted in you changing rooms. So flip over that room. Tell us about it.
Okay. All right. So this is the gaming room, or we'll call it we'll just call it the. I don't want to call it a billiards room.
Billiard room.
Billiards.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it that.
I don't want to call it the billiards room,
but I'm gonna.
Yeah. Okay, so the billiards room is something opulent, mysterious, and sinister. Opulent is every single game is hand carved what's a rich wood? Like, is mahogany a rich wood? I don't know.
Sure.
Sure.
It's
Purple heart or something.
yeah, it's super, everything is super hand carved and gilded. So there's everything, including this luxury mousetrap set.
So is this all like it's not like backgammon and stuff. It's like sorry and don't wake dad and
Yes.
Like
Yes.
a hand-carved version of Don't
I feel
Wake
like he would
Daddy,
have,
huh?
yeah, no, and I feel like he would have like all those other classic games as well, and they're all marble and gilded and stuff like that. So everything's like very expensive. He is clearly a man who liked games.
Yeah, he
The
loves
most
board games.
elaborate release of pop-up pirate
Right.
you have ever seen.
No. The
Is that an old Lupin Louis? What is this? How do they even do this in marble?
something mysterious is the what is something mysterious in a billiards room? Maybe like a, I guess like a lock. We'll say something that's locked. Oh, you know what? No, I'll say that there is this will be my sinister one. There's already the mousetrap game has already been played, and the gilded cage has already dropped on these little figurines that were handmade mice versions of all of us.
Oh. I love that.
Oh, that's
so much.
genius, Oz.
nice.
The mysterious
So
thing, right? And then the mysterious thing is going to be that the lights here are all flickering. There's some kind of problem with the electrical connection in this room. So like all of those sconces on the walls are just like. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Getting a migraine just thinking about it.
All right, so I think that's my turn, right? Because I already did investigate action.
Yep. All right, Jameson.
I don't see any flickering lights.
What's your reaction to that secret passage thing that just happened?
It was literally it was this. And I would like to, let's see, the foyer is empty. No, someone's still in there.
Mhm.
I am currently still there.
Yeah, Cyrus is in there. Cyrus is on his way
Well-
to the billiards room, though.
Mhm.
I need a snack, is what I need. Oh, I fell over.
Well,
Pardon
you have been
me,
drinking
miss.
a lot already.
Pardon me, miss. Sorry about that. Where are my manners?
I would say that you probably threw them in the gutter 5 years or so ago.
Well, really that long? Appreciate the credit. Now, what did I come in here to do?
So stares at you.
You ever get that thing? You walk into a room, you just forget exactly why it is. You get, hey, drinks cart. Got it.
Well, there we go.
I am going to rummage around the drinks cart after I clean up the very real spill that I just did.
Uh-oh.
Whilst acting.
That's
Yes.
commitment. I like it.
So I'm going to rummage around, you know, maybe sort of looking for a wine opener or foil cutter or something.
I mean, there's only one last belonging in the foyer, so you get what you get.
We'll see what we get. And I'm thinking like Jameson's approach here is sort of surreptitiously collecting anything that might be used to murder him.
If I have all the knives, then no one else can have them.
Exactly. So I guess I just take this card.
Whoa.
Oh,
But
Cyrus.
Don't take Cyrus.
And Cyrus.
Hold on, let me. Okay, there you go.
Let go. Let go
Me, you ugly
of,
brute.
of This empty piece of wine foil. It looked different.
It was shiny.
Did you seriously find something shiny and assume it was money? Gosh.
I was kind of hoping it was a knife.
Be careful who you joke to, Jameson. Not everybody has the kind of sense of humor I do. Gosh, your mouth is filthy. Someone should clean it. And like Cyrus just walks away.
Not the first time I heard that.
I think that brings us
He
to
starts
Lola,
perusing
right?
the drink.
Nice.
Okay. I have a question. Can I interact and then move, or do I have to move and then interact?
You can do them either order.
Either order. Okay. So I'm going to start with an investigate in the observatory. And it's still just me in this room. And I determine the secret that I find?
Yes, that's correct.
I
Also,
find-
something, Oz, you could have looked at the top 5 cards of the deck. That's part of the investigate action as well. And rearrange it if you
Oh,
want to.
ooh.
And you like take one away from play, right?
Oh, okay. So that would have been the 3 cards from the billiard room, right? And then
Top 5 cards of the deck, actually.
right.
Not
But the 3 cards from the billiard room were on the deck before they were dealt in, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
This is
those are the
important to
2.
me because I'm a rummage those.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
It's very true.
all right, so the top 5 cards of the deck. How do I? So I set
Just press
them.
number 5 if you want to grab it in your hand. And well, that's not,
Yeah,
that
no,
would
I'll
be
just set them
better.
aside, yeah, and then I'll search. Okay, so I am getting rid.
And
of,
like Chris said, you can discard one of those cards if you want.
right. Let's get rid of. Let's see, 6 through. Okay, we'll get rid of this. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. Whatever. Is it face down or face up?
Face up for the discard pile.
All right, get rid of 7. And then I can put them back in any order, is what you said, or?
Yep.
I think this is fine. Okay, and then.
Yeah, and 3 of them immediately go to the thing.
Okay. 2, 3. Got it.
Right on your head.
Mhm.
Oops.
Okay. I'll get
Sorry
it.
for
Don't worry.
that slight diversion there.
Just 10 minutes of it.
Riveting.
Okay, so Lola is going to investigate, and what she finds is a breaker. And this breaker controls the light in 2 rooms, one of which is the billiards room. And so she flips the switch and plunges the billiards room into darkness, and another room that she is not aware of, so we can find that at another time.
Okay.
So now I draw 5,
That's correct.
and then
You can discard 1 and then rearrange the others.
okay, sorry, I gotta. They're very small. Okay. I will discard this one. Just give me 1 sec here. And then I just put it in any order.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, these are so cumbersome to
Like Tabletop Simulator can do all sorts of things, but they are always fiddly to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not super familiar with it. I played it a few times, but you just have to look at everything a couple times and then Okay,
Yeah.
I'm all set. Okay, so that is my action, and then I'm going to move into the billiards room.
Ooh.
And so
It's dark.
Vincent hears footsteps in the darkness behind him.
And that's
are you also likely to be wearing stilettos or similar click-clacky shoes?
I think she definitely has power shoes. Absolutely.
Go.
A modest heel, but they are loud.
Yeah,
then
Vincent.
Vincent might be expecting the
Cyrus.
heels of Cyrus. And when it's Lola instead, it's...
I picked up what you're putting down, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, so that is the end of round 2. So the clock strikes 2. The lights flicker as lightning explodes in the distance. Again, chat.
Looks at chat.
Well, chat looks at chat.
Yeah,
You guys
chat.
in chat.
Remember, you can subscribe to the channel or do a super chat, and then you make lightning happen on the screen. And scare the bejesus out of me.
So lightning strikes, the lights flicker, and when they come back up, someone else has died. Who do we think died this round?
Who is the 4 of diamonds again?
The elevator
That
operator.
I mean.
Fell down the stairs.
Irony.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, yep. There you go. I'm going to put this in a pile where you can still see their numbers. Just to make it
I guess since we're in the foyer, both Jameson and I probably see that body ragdoll down the stairs like a hitman victim.
How do you perceive? I mean, how do you react to that?
Oh. Well, I hope the butler is going to clean that up.
I don't know. You think he?
Cyrus says, just stepping over the body.
Cleanup will commence at 7 a.m.
Do you really work that slowly? Gosh, you can't find good help anywhere.
All right. So we're back to Lola. I feel like the setup that Lola did was knowing full well she was going to have 2 turns in a row, and I'm really here for it.
Sorry, hope that's not too much metagaming.
No.
I think you kind of have to metagame while you play this.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
It's a weird RPG for sure, and the fact that like the plot has a game that you can win, which is odd for an RPG.
Mm-hmm. Still love it.
Okay, so the door creaks open. You hear loud footsteps coming up the hall. The lights, just after the lights go out, and a long shaft of light opens up into the billiards room, casts light on the marble mousetrap, and you see a silhouette of a person approaching you, Vincent.
Yeah, Cyrus.
No, it's Lola. You're expecting him.
Yes, we came here to play a riveting game of Mousetrap, and the lights suddenly just went out.
Curious.
Vincent's like holding his syringe, like just palming it.
She walks past him to the mousetrap game and lifts up the little cage and looks at the little individual pieces and says, "Tell me, Vincent, I want to ask you a question." What is my action?
Everyone seems awfully interested in me these days.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't get this treatment in Hollywood.
You love it, Vincent. I know you do. Love being the center of attention. But I'd like to ask you, if it came down to it, would you kill me for Bartholomew's inheritance?
Well, I can't particularly say that I'm close to you. Cross me, and perhaps that becomes more more solid for me.
Well, that's vague enough that I feel reassured.
But yes.
And she all right, good to know. And she walks up to him, she taps him on the nose, and she leaves the room. And I'm going to go to the room north. Do I draw the 3 cards now?
Yeah, I can get it for you. Don't
Okay,
worry
okay.
about it. But yeah, describe the mysterious, opulent,
Yes.
and sinister, and what the room is.
So this is Bartholomew's bedroom.
Oh.
Something mysterious, opulent, sinister. Okay, opulent. On one wall, there is a staggering collection of accessories, pocket squares, ascots, cufflinks, just and it's this backlit glass cabinet, beautifully displayed, incredibly expensive things that he was always very careful to look very good. Something sinister is we'll do mysterious next. Mysterious is there's a well-worn notebook on the side of the bed that looks to have been written in. And sinister, next to his bed is a picture of Lola.
Oh. Okay. All right. So that's your turn, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then it's Jameson.
Think he fell or got pushed?
How scared are you? I suppose is the how scared. Which would terrify you more?
Well, Lola went upstairs, right? If she's on the warpath, we're all pretty much fucked. I'm gonna get a snack. You want something?
I've already eaten.
Gross.
What? The idea that somebody has eaten?
Well, there's like blood all over the floor and like. It's not so much what you say; it's the way you say.
Oh yeah.
So I'm in the kitchen. And I'm look over my shoulder, make sure no one's in here, and I'm gonna say that two of hearts here is in the room.
That's the extra that is in the movie and did not know it was a horror movie, right? Yeah.
Yep. So they're in the room. Hang on. I need to check something here. And I'm going to say, sorry, I didn't realize the room was occupied. I know you, right? Someone else want to play the confused extra?
I mean, I got you. Yeah.
Right.
Hey. Hi.
It's from...
Yeah.
Never mind.
Are you what?
Listen, come here. I'm gonna do the like avuncular shoulder invitation. You look scared. Let me give you a word of advice.
Is this for real?
Well, you're about to find out, because my advice is don't get caught alone in a room with me. I'm gonna push him back against the freezer and make use of the pruning shears.
First blood.
Yeah, y'all definitely hear like.
And then into the freezer. And I have to discard a card, right?
For a murder, you have to discard 2 cards, unless you have something special.
Right. Understood. And then can the non-player guests defend, or are they just...
They cannot. Again, they're just
cannon
puppets,
fodder.
So.
Okay.
They just get bodied.
Yep. They can be defended if you have a defense thing, but I don't
Got it.
know if anybody's gonna come to this guy's rescue.
Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I just have to discard 2 cards.
Mhm.
Oh, I have... Where did I get that one from? Man, I can't even remember.
Probably start of the game.
No, I got it. It was from my last rummage. I guess it doesn't really matter which 2 I discard. Like, do the cards remain tied to the item that we say they are?
No.
Okay, so it's only the card becomes abstract after it dictates what you get.
Right.
Okay, got it. Although I guess if you knew some stuff about other players, you might want to keep certain suits or whatever,
the mostly for the defense action. So if somebody tries to murder a player, they can defend themselves.
Mhm.
And the way to defend yourself is by discarding a card that matches the discarded cards for the murder attempt. So for example, discarding a pair greatly increases the chances that you can't be defended against.
Okay, got it. All right, well, he's in the freezer. I'm just gonna wash my hands in the sink and make sure that creepy Cyrus fella in coming in to check on what happened.
Mm. All right. So it is Vincent's turn then.
Yes. So I realized that the conversation I had with Lola, to be truthful, my character card would have actually said some, like, the result of that conversation would be different. So the result of the conversation is actually, no, I wouldn't kill you. There's plenty of people in this mansion that'll do it for me.
Ooh.
Good one.
There. All right. So, and then nose boop and you leave. I'm gonna rummage. I want to rummage, and I'm using my heart ability to draw 2 cards because I know there's 2 really good cards. So searching the billiards room, it's what did I do? Oh, gotta put it in there. Okay, searching the billiards room, it is dark. Oops, dropped it off the table.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm facing you now.
Wait. How do I? What did I do?
Is this what it feels like when like a time loop happens in a sci-fi show? And it's like, whoa.
Wait. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta rewind.
It happened again.
Yeah, no, because I'm rewinding time. Sorry.
See,
See,
I can't
okay,
murder
there
a
we go.
time traveler. They'll just rewind it to before I killed them. I can't do anything about that.
Okay. So he finds 2 things that are precisely what he wanted, even just kind of rummaging in the dark. And they are going to be let's see, in a billiards room. I want like a game piece that's sharp or dead, some kind of sharp or something deadly from a game piece.
Isn't sharp being like there's a D4.
Caltrops.
Just a bag full of jacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, surely there is, like, even though we're indoors, or I mean, the billiards room could, like, open onto, like, a conservatory and a lawn outside. You could have, like, lawn darts or something, right?
Yeah, no, but I do like the bag of jacks. I think that's cool. So I'm gonna go with the bag of jacks, and then I'm also gonna go with a flashlight, so he can maneuver around in the dark rooms.
That's fair.
All right, so he turns around, and I think he is going to now that he can shine the flashlight around, is going to just go out the door that that Lola came from. Finds very suspicious, so he's going to go into the observatory and skulk off.
Cool.
Into the observatory. Okay.
He goes up the spiral staircase, right? It goes into the.
It's just like, I know, like, priorities have changed, but Cyrus is like following you the other way to the billiards room. It's just funny to me.
Yeah, I just don't want to be in the billiards room. It's dark. We can't play this game. I'm not going to play it under flashlight.
Fair. But it is Cyrus's turn.
Yes. Okay. Re-strategizing. Processing. Music has stopped, by the by, since you reloaded the map, or at least for me.
Yeah, it did. It did stop. All right.
Cool.
We're back on.
What do I do? Sorry, give me a second to think, because I'm also trying to win. I don't know. Is that really? Is that what this is?
As long as we
I
have
didn't
a
come
fun
here to
time.
make friends.
Yeah. This isn't RuPaul's Best Murder Race.
RuPaul's A for effort.
Okay. What is your okay. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, we'll do two things. Can I use more than one power in a turn?
More than one action, or are you talking about, like, if you have multiple things that go off in the same turn, that's fine. Yeah.
Sure.
But just one action. Yeah.
I am going to, because moving is separate to our actions, use my odd and heart ability. Two, and I have to discard. I discard it face up, so that's fine. I discard a card to do this. To move twice.
Oh, nice.
So I move from the foyer to the dining room, and then from the dining room into the billiard room.
Where you don't find.
Where I do not find.
Vincent.
Where I do not find Vincent. I do not find Vincent, but I do find wife number 3, Selena.
Oh.
Who, as I understand, Vincent has been whispering sweet nothings to for a little while. And
It's about to get jealous in here.
Okay, let's the room is different too, so the way that I have to think about how this works narratively changes slightly, but it's fine. Okay, so one of the I will ask the table, because this what would be constituted as a messy board game? Like
Maybe
something
Twister?
that has like maybe plasticine in it, or uses paint, or something that would
Cranium has
clay. There's the pie in the face game.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it's just called pie in the face.
Called pie in the face, I think.
Yeah. I love the fact that these are all like games for literal children rendered incredibly expensively.
But like maybe he couldn't get them growing up, you know?
Yeah.
Because he was poor.
Yeah, now he's got a fucking marble crossfire.
I can afford all those board games.
Marble crossfire set. Oh my god!
Don't wake daddy.
Right. Okay. Keep it together, Nathan. Right. So we find Selena in the billiards room, in the games room, and she's kind of like perusing the wide variety of toys. And Cyrus stands up and strikes up a conversation. with her. I'm happy for whoever to take Selena.
Sure.
Oh, this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I don't suppose you, when you were invited to go to the mansion to spend time with Vincent, I don't think you expected to have to be on cleanup detail at the same time.
I'm sorry, what are you asking her? I guess I'm just kind of
I don't suppose. Well, this is me not thinking how to talk like a human correctly. I apologize. When you went to the mansion to go and spend time with Vincent, you weren't expecting to have to be murdering people to survive.
No, but if anyone can find a way out of this, it would be Vincent. I trust him.
Oh, I'm glad you do. I'm glad he's good for something.
You certainly seem to have a lot of animosity towards him. Why?
It's not him. It's not him. It's the industry. The entire film industry, I think, is just so base. And he's such an archetypical representation. You understand? And as they're having the conversation and Selena, like, casually runs her hands over the toys, the games in the room, and sets off this like pie in the face thing accidentally, and it like we get a moment of whipped cream or shaving foam or whatever kind of flying through the air, and it kind of like splashes off the side of there is moonlight coming in through the window, Stony 997.
Yes.
Don't be rolling up in here talking about like shot inconsistencies.
And like and there's like that streak of light from the open door too. You can sort of see.
Yeah, so there's like it catches in the moonlight coming through the window, this shaving foam, and it dashes across Cyrus's shoulder, and he looks at his shoulder and then slowly, in horror and rage, turns towards her. I don't suppose you were particularly familiar with the business relationship I had with your ex-husband.
I just know that you provided tools for the mining enterprise.
That's quite right. Mining tools, yes. But there were other tools that we worked on together. I suppose I should demonstrate them for you since you're curious, I'm sure. And
what are you doing?
Somebody's in the observatory right now. Cool. I think the ceiling in the observatory, and this is what Vincent can see actually, since Vincent's currently there. What was the kind of like plain ceiling, aside from the like openings for the telescopes, glows with maps of stars and ancient symbols. And there is, I think, Selena kept a piece of jewelry, a ring that wasn't a wedding ring, but she still kind of keeps because the rock is absolutely huge. I mean, who would get rid of that? And that also glows with ancient symbols, and it just starts to burn.
Oh no!
And I am going to be using my odd ability. Once during the evening, I will attempt to murder without discarding a card.
Oh my god! And I can't. So, do we have a shot where like the observatory can look into the billiards room? I will leave that up to you if you see this occur, because as far as I think if you see this, as far as you can see, Cyrus isn't doing anything and is watching. Right. It's just a shadowy figure, right? But I just want this like dramatic shot of like, you know, silently banging on the windows as he watches Selena like die from below.
Yeah, you see like a burst of light, and it illuminates Selena, and you're like, oh, it's her. It's what's happening to her? As there is an ominous figure in the shadows as you, in the corner of the thing, you just see a kind of like fan at the edge of a fan glowing as watching over the fan, the glint, you see the like demonic redness of this burning ring reflected in Cyrus's glasses as she incinerates.
Oh my god.
Good.
Cyrus is awful.
The demon.
I'll
That
just move
demon.
this right over here.
Yeah. That's what happens when you moved into the observatory, and I was gonna move into there first. So I guess I murder your girlfriend instead. That's how this goes. But yeah, that would be the end of my turn.
Oh my
And
god.
that is also the end of the round, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna move us to 3. Lightning strikes again. Chat, come on. Chat, one time, chat. One time.
Scare the shit out of me.
Anyway. All right, lightning strikes. The lights flicker. They come back on, and somebody else has died. Who is it this time?
Yeah, another kid.
One of the other kids. Whatever.
were
Nobody's
like
even paying
kids.
this. He's like outside. One of the cats ate him.
It was Selena the cat.
A perfect match cut from Selena the person to Selena the cat, just destroying a person.
And like
Now
the
having
shadowy
been
hands that like
imbued with
unlocked
the
the
soul.
cage.
Okay, so yeah, that's we're up to round 3 here. Just as a timing note, just if you want to play the game, actually, y'all are doing pretty good. Sometimes we get to like round 3 or 4 and nobody has done a murder, and I'm like,
Yeah.
There's only 7 turns.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we're at round 3 here, and Cyrus gets another turn.
Yes, that's 3 cards. This is nothing. Okay, all right. Cyrus, entirely pleased with themselves, goes and steps over the pile of ash and single ring that was Selena into the master bedroom.
Oh, that's cool. You're like standing on top of Lola.
It's almost as if the heels are upon you. They're so close, they're right behind you. You turn around and it's Cyrus.
Oh, hi, Cyrus.
Good evening. This is possibly the cleanest room I've seen in the house so far. Gosh, you would figure if they have such a overbearing butler that he could stand to clean at all.
He always did have an impressive collection, and she looks at, indicates the accessories. The backlit is accessories.
Oh yes, because we established that there was like cufflinks and jewelry that he owned, and now we know what that jewelry and cufflinks do. Hell yeah.
It's a roof.
This is very Mansions of Madness.
Eldritch explosives.
I'm just working off this kind
This
of
is so
prognostication that was set up like earlier
that.
in the
I like it a lot.
observatory. I thought that was beautiful and wanted to incorporate it.
Yeah.
Cyrus, I think casually chats with you, and if there's a specific topic that you want to have, we'll bring it up. But he's going to rummage through the stuff in the room. I will be activating my heart ability to take 2 cards.
Nice.
Search. You thought that you could go and take all this to yourself.
Dang it! My evil plan revealed.
Hold on. But yes, is there anything you want to talk about while I fiddle with the search function?
She says to Cyrus, now that with Bartholomew gone,
Mhm.
who will your main customers be?
Yes, indeed. Well, Bartholomew was a wonderful business partner. He knew a wide variety of rich people looking to strike gold in the industry that we shared. And a lot of powerful people who wanted to make sure that their hedge funds remained protected at all costs. You might fit into one of those two categories if you're interested in striking a deal. A pact, maybe.
A pact?
Yes. Secrets between powerful people.
Well, people say I'm in the business of money, but really I am in the business of secrets. It's usually the best way to get someone to pay you back.
Indeed, indeed. It's always good to have leverage, I suppose. That too is a resource alongside manpower and wealth. Secrets is one of the most powerful resources there is. You are a scary one, Lola Rosemary.
Well, I have a reputation to live up to. And she turns around, she's kind of thumbing through some things.
And in the kind of process of thumbing through to justify the cards that I took, Cyrus walks over to the kind of like jewel case full of interesting jewelry and cufflinks and things, and is like, well, the astounding amounts of wealth is something that's up for grabs this evening to win the game. But at least for now, these assets are separate to his wealth, and I just couldn't bear to part with one or two of these items. Although I think this brooch would suit you delightfully.
Oh, thank you.
He
I gave
turns
that to
over,
him.
and it's it's like a heart-shaped topaz. I think that's kind of like an orangey browny kind of like color. Oh no. It's an onyx. So it's an onyx with a mineral impurity. So it has a slick sheen like oil in the shape of a heart, entwined by two snakes. And I think this suits your aesthetic, Lola, and offers it to you.
She accepts it and pins it to her blouse.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she dies in flames.
Well, that'll be for
You
another
don't
round.
know that. You don't know that. That might not be the case.
He's like,
at all.
I just killed you, my dear.
So I think that takes us to Vincent's turn.
Yes. So
Having just watched his girlfriend burn alive.
yeah, I know. He's a wreck. He's up against the glass. He's head in his hands, and then the hit, like the dramatic hit of like murder. So let's see. So I think he is going to. Let me see these actions again. I definitely want to run down and chase after, so I'm gonna run back down into the into that billiards room. Or let me just open up a new room. Let's open up a new room.
Sure.
No, he needs to chase after him. Last he saw was in the billiards room, so.
Yeah.
Although if he saw you move that way, right? That way, I'm gonna do that. All right, so he's gonna try and cut you off.
Cut you off at the pass. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So this is going to be and let's call it like an atrium.
Okay.
So this has there's lots of it's an atrium the size of the house, right? And the height of the house. It's tall, magnificent trees. So that's the opulent part. The mysterious is that it's so overgrown and unkempt that it's hard to really see anyone else that's in the room with you, in the atrium with you. And the sinister thing is various poisonous and carnivorous plants that are just dotted around the area.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think. Let's see. So the actions. I don't know if I necessarily want to rummage more because I know that's all I've been doing.
I mean, picking up murder weapons in this scenario is...
It's not bad, especially now that there's like some eldritch person on the loose.
That's not necessarily how I planned for this character to
But
go,
it's
but we
so
in it now.
good.
We in it now.
Good.
Ooh, I know. All right, so I'm gonna have the groundskeeper show up, okay, and I want to manipulate them. So the groundskeeper, who is like rummaging through this atrium, for his like trusty shovels and gardening tools and stuff, right? Is what I want to do is, let's see. So a scene where the character influences one of the rings. Do you mind being the groundskeeper, Logan?
Yeah, I'm here. Yep.
Vincent hams it up, his distress. I mean, he draws on the real true power, right? I mean, Selena did mean something to him, but he draws on it manipulatively, right? And
oh, Mr. Steele, what? You look distraught.
Selena's dead. She went up in a flash of light. You know about this. You know about the powers that Bartholomew came upon. I've seen exactly what this is. It was only hinted at in A Stake Through the Heart, that film I did, which I was acclaimed for in certain newspapers.
I remember that film. I rated it highly on IMDb.
Ah, yes, that's a fantastic newspaper. But he holds up his watch, which is a prop from the film, and it says, I believe that these powers have been tapped into by Cyrus. I watched him kill Selena.
Oh, God.
I don't know how he did it, but it was just like in that film. He might be a space vampire.
Mr. Steele, I think you're 100% correct. I've seen
lived on these
lights
premises.
flickering. Yeah, I've seen lights flickering mysteriously all the time. Sometimes people disappear without a word. And it's often people that had a problem with Bartholomew.
All this money, and this is what he chose to spend with it. This! And he just hams it up. And does like the big circle, right? The shot from up here that echoes.
The groundskeeper is, wrapped, just like...
Yeah.
I mean, apparently he's a big fan. He's just grateful to have you acting in front of him. He's not like fully conscious of all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so I think he's just gonna say like, I need your help. I need your help killing Cyrus.
What?
We're not safe. He will surely take us all out one by one until he gets that inheritance money. He needs to be removed from the equation. I can't do it alone. You know this house better than anyone, and its secrets and Bartholomew's secrets. You must help me. I need you on my side.
Okay, I think I have an idea. And I think he runs off to try to do his idea.
Yes.
All right. Did we do everything with manipulate? I think so. Yeah. Cool. All right, Jameson.
So I have a question. I misread one of my abilities.
Oh wait, actually, before we take Jameson's turn, I think we need to take a break, right? Is that right?
Yeah, if I can take a break in the next couple of minutes, that'd be great. But we can do
Finish the round,
a couple turns.
or okay.
We can finish the round if you want to. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. So I misread my my dual ability, which is about murdering the first NPG of the evening without discarding cards. Is this a I already took my hand off the piece situation? Or
what?
Or could I use it now? could we pretend that I used it before and then I'm discarding those 2 cards now?
Oh, sure. Yeah, so you want to kill another NPG?
Yes, that's what what I want. And it was in looking at my abilities surrounding that I realized, oh, I would have had to use that for the last one in order to use it.
This isn't tournament play.
Nudge.
I mean, I'd be good either way. But all right, cool. So I will have had discarded these cards in the future of this turn, as I.
Sorry, just so I heard correctly. What power are you using, or the kind of?
I'm using my odd diamond power.
Thank you.
Where I don't have to discard a card to murder the first NPG of the evening. So that's what I did with old Freezer McGee in that room there. Anyone catch his name? Good kid.
Oh no!
Good old Freezer McGee.
Razor McGee, that was his name.
So I'm gonna move here. No, wait. I'm gonna stay here first, and I am going to suggest that one of the children, one of the descendants. No adorable moppets were harmed during the filming of this gameplay. One of the descendants comes in. Let's say it's number 10 here.
Oh, the favorite.
Who is
the favorite, that's Ruby O'Toole.
Is that Ruby O'Toole? The favorite? Yeah. Ruby O'Toole rushes in to the sound of screams. I would like to purport that the murdered one was her +1.
Oh no!
And that's why no one knew. and I would like to then further suggest that she goes, insert scream, and then Jameson says, shit.
You just killed him.
Head on counter into the freezer.
Oh, no.
and goes and Jameson adjusts his watch and shakes it out, picks his drink back up and goes, yeah, I did. Drag her into the freezer as well.
Oh no!
Oh god! He's just killing people in the kitchen. It's like no big deal.
And then he. Into.
Ooh, these are the last 3 belongings available.
Into the.
When they're gone, are they gone?
We can shuffle the discard pile to make a new deck, so
Okay.
it'll be But we've been through the deck now.
Right, which means stop rummaging and start killing.
Let's say this is the pantry. It's like a big walkthrough, and there's, jerkies and canned goods and dry goods all in here. I think the opulent thing is going to be, this is where the back storage for that drinks cart is. So it's just bottle after bottle after bottle of $10,000 wine and $20,000 scotch and a single 5-year-old bottle of RC Cola. Let's
vintage.
It's never been opened. I think something sinister is that as you walk into the room, you step and there's a creak of a trapdoor in the floor.
Ooh.
But it's locked. And actually, I'm going to say that the lock is the trapdoor is the mysterious thing. The lock is the sinister thing.
Mm.
Oh yeah, because you're locking someone in wherever the trapdoor leads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then we're moving to Lola then, right?
So Lola goes to leave the master bedroom, and then she's fingering this brooch at her throat, and it's as she touches it, spider webs of green light come from her fingers, and she turns back to Cyrus and she says, "You knew all along, didn't you?"
It doesn't take a single architect to build a house.
I believe that you, I point a finger at him and accuse.
Whoa! Oh, I love it.
You
Music is on
are
point.
Yeah, right?
the Seven of Hearts.
Ooh.
Is it true?
Oh, you foolish woman.
Ugh.
I admire your tenacity, your boldness. This is why I thought we should work together. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be the boss of this operation. I think now, if you're going to be making such bold accusations, this puts you on the back foot. If we do survive this, you will be working for me. I have the leverage. Not all the leverage you know yet, but enough.
She so she walks over to the bedside table fuming, like she's just furious. So I take this card and then I give it to you.
To me.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she takes this card and it looks like she's taking it off the bedside table.
Mm-hmm.
And she walks up to you and places it into your hand, and you feel like something hard and pointy, and says, "Well, I never should have doubted you, Cyrus." And she walks out of the room.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
And when you
I look
open
forward
your
to
hand,
working with you, Miss Rosemary.
and when you open your hand, you see it's the marble statue of you from the billiards room.
Yes, good.
All right. So that's the end of the round, right? And we're going to take a break. So I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger here. And it's also going to be a weird thing that I can do because I made this game. So this is going to be what happens with the manipulate action that Oz took.
Mm-hmm.
So the clock strikes 4. Oh, God. What did I do? Rather than just lightning striking, you hear a big, like, mechanical, like, from the observatory in that general direction. Then you hear another, like, the exact same sound as Selena burning to death, except the screams are from the gardener, the groundskeeper. And then, so earlier I believe Scrim referenced that the waning crescent of Venus is going to be visible in the morning. So this is when it starts. And along with that, all of the items that we've made reference to the fact that they are explosives start going off. So some light fires start in the mansion, and that includes a lot of objects
Yeah.
in Cyrus's room, which I'm gonna say is a murder attempt from the groundskeeper on Cyrus.
Ooh, man.
Love it.
But since he's just an NPG, you can block that with any card.
Just one.
Just one card. Will do.
Yeah. This is good. This is good. So I think because these are like various explosive items, the brooches and jewelry and stuff that didn't get taken start to ooze oil, and that's what catches fire. It sparks a demonic yellow-purple iridescent blaze as it kind of starts to fill up the room with lots of pops, and Cyrus opens the fan and the flames just stop at the fan.
Nice.
Yes.
As Cyrus closes the fan, turns, and starts to kind of walk away from them whenever like Cyrus's turn comes around, but he kind of makes his way out of the danger zone.
Cool. Well, do we want to take a break on that?
Yes. Oh, absolutely we do.
That's perfect. Okay, awesome.
All right, sweet. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. And while we're gone, make sure you check out this game on Kickstarter. And that way you...
an easy link is bit.ly/I'm sure KS.
Okay. Link is also in the description below. So
That's probably easier.
Yes. But either way, however you need to, get to that Kickstarter. All right, 10 minutes. We'll be back for more murder and mayhem.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome back to the Shadowcasters Network, where we're playing I'm Sure You're All Wondering Why I've Gathered You Here This Evening, a game by Logan Jenkins. It's on Kickstarter right now, so before we jump into the game, we just want to take a moment to talk about, first off, the goal was $500, and you are almost at 10 grand, so you're like meeting a whole bunch of stretch goals, so congratulations.
Big snaps.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is my first Kickstarter, and I'm not good at. Well, no, I mean, $500 is what it would take to make a print run of 100 of these, which so I thought, cool, I'll set it there, and then people really came out. I don't know if it's. I don't know, like I do very random encounters, and I've been on a lot of podcasts, so maybe I have a platform big enough for this, but also I think this is a game that doesn't exist and needs to exist, so I'm super excited to bring it to life. This, like, Oz, it's so weird because I also grew up like loving all of this. I just wished for this episode in every show, which they eventually get to, which is like, you're gonna inherit this, but you have to kill everybody. And,
Yeah.
And 13 Dead End Drive, I played that all the time. I played it by myself. Like, I invented a one-player version. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Lonely Kid Solidarity. Yes.
Boom. Nice. So before we'll hop back in, we'll do like a quick recap of what has occurred so far, who's left alive, what mysterious things we've found out. And then at the end, we'll talk about some of the bonus features from this Kickstarter, including some guests writing spots that some of us are doing.
Who?
Ooh, indeed.
Ooh.
All right, let's...
I want to spoil it right now. I just... Look, it's Oz and Nathan. They're both writing special things.
Oh, phew, it's not me. I was like, what? What am I? What I drink?
No, this
Congratulations!
Yeah, congratulations! You have a writing assignment.
Yay!
All right. So I think we should just very quickly like each go around the table and like say one thing that we find is the most interesting about shit that's gone down in this evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
I can start if you want me to.
Go for it.
The most interesting thing, and I've played lots of this game, as you might understand, but the oil being tied to kind of Cthulhu mythos is very inspired and cool. I don't like it was everybody. You know what I mean? Like everybody added to that and we got organically to like, okay, it's like bleeding wallpaper in a horror movie, except that it's oil.
Yeah.
And that's somehow even more sinister. I don't know. That's my take.
It's just like super into oil, you guys. I don't know.
My current thing is that I believe that Cyrus is a space vampire, as evidenced by many parallels in the movie that I starred in, A Stake Through the Heart. So, and
oddly, he's so close to like nailing it, I think, but also couldn't be further away.
But either way, Cyrus needs to go because he knows things about him.
Is Cyrus a space vampire? That's what we need.
We all
want to
know. We all want to know.
Make an investigate check in your next action, I guess. I don't know. I really enjoyed Scrim causing essentially doomsday by kind of being like, oh, this is the most fortuitous day of days in the observatory, all the charts put towards this day. And I was like, oh my god,
I really do think
I love
like
that.
Like just that little thing of like the stars are right tonight put us all in a mentality of like, okay, that's where we're going.
It's the flavor of weird shit that is going to be happening today. I understand. Yes.
I am actually very interested in what's going on in the kitchen. Jameson is just hacking over there. And he's not involving himself in any of this drama. He is just doing his thing. And that scares the shit out of me.
He's literally a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I mean, hey, he's like, bumping people off.
Well, gotta kill this one now.
and it's with the nonchalance of just like, well, you saw me kill that person, thump. And then take a sip of brandy and you're good. Or is it whiskey? What is Jameson? Or is it Jameson? It's probably Jameson, isn't it?
No, Jameson only drinks bourbon.
All right.
I guess is it me?
You're the last one.
It's you.
It's me. I'm the last one.
But not least.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I kind of sort of in general I like how everything's playing out, like the different details and stuff from the beginning. Having the opportunity reminds me a lot of what I like about Fiasco for the same reason. Like everything at the beginning is just like, oh, this would be a neat detail. This would be or like how a lot of people write TV shows, right? We're just throwing out a bunch of fun ideas, and then as we play, finding ways that they are connecting themselves.
I was definitely like, even like the layout is informed, and I hope it's like clear. Like Fiasco is definitely a favorite RPG of mine. Even in like the runtime, like this is about a 3-hour game.
It's a single session. Like you would roll this out after dinner with friends over or something.
Right.
All right. So with that, let's continue hour 4 of this evening's events, of this macabre
Back to murder.
Game. Back to murder.
And
all right.
Lola begins this round.
So Lola rushes from the master bedroom into the atrium, and she heads to a cupboard where various supplies are kept, and she seems unsettled, and she's muttering to herself, where is it? And I'm gonna rummage in here.
Oh, we didn't say previously on the mansion is lightly on fire. That's
oh yes.
Yeah.
Just a hint of
just a bit.
Just a dosh.
And in a building with a man obsessed with oil, it is on fire.
dropped a card or gave someone a card.
Oh, you did. Yeah, sorry. Here, I'll put it back on the table.
Thank you.
I didn't see it.
Cool.
I will say Tabletop Simulator does a fine job at
Mm-hmm.
this game, but it's still an impediment. Just, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I can't
there's
wait
not
for
much you
when we
do,
can
right?
play stuff like this in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's sort of doing that and kind of doesn't even really notice Vincent there, and sort of looks up in surprise, and you see she is pulling two things out of this cupboard. There's like a thick leather-bound tome and what looks like an elaborate ritual dagger. And you just see a flash of them as she tucks them into her voluminous jacket.
Lola.
Vincent.
So, you know too about the space vampires?
Yes, I do. I am very worried about Cyrus being and she's like waiting to see if that's what it means. Space vampire. Yes, Cyrus. He's
Yes.
in there. He tried to drink my blood,
He's a villain.
and I'm very afraid. I'm leaving. I'm going to the storage shed. No, that's not a storage shed. That's bad. The ballroom. I'm going to the ballroom to escape him.
Do what you must. I will take him down myself.
I'm so afraid.
He looks in the direction that you came from.
And she's kind of like,
Yeah.
and then rushes into the ballroom.
He feels like an action hero again. Real leading man stuff.
All right, I'm gonna give us a new deck so we can have some belongings in here.
That's interesting. I thought that Nathan might have been the ace.
Are aces odd?
Yeah. Wait.
No, they're
hang on.
not. They're
Oh, no,
even.
they're not
Make
even,
sure
right?
they're even. Yeah, because they can be high or low. We didn't really talk about this. I definitely should have. But the ace, if you get an ace as your identity card, it should be like a complex relationship. So it's not necessary. It can be high or low, and you can choose high or low for that, or you can choose a complex relationship. So maybe, like we encountered the fifth ex-wife, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the person that nobody knew about but is extremely close to the deceased.
Right.
That could be an example of that.
Okay.
And this actually, the ballroom is one of the things that is happening is that it's dark. It's the other room that was darkened.
Yeah, of course. It has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah. So there's some starlight, some moonlight, but it's very dark in here. And I think that gives it sort of an air of mystery. I'd say that's what's mysterious about it.
It's dark.
When it's bright, I think it's a happy, cheery room. But in this darkness, it just brings the spookiness. Something opulent. There is an absolutely magnificent chandelier in the center. It is massive, 10 feet in diameter, and just like covered in twinkly lights when it's on. And but what's sinister is that there's a mosaic directly beneath it on the floor. And it's this swirling pattern that is ostensibly a classic, depiction of a classic Greek story. But if you look closely, you can see tentacles sneaking around the snaking around the legs of the people, and hidden pentagrams and other horrible things.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Oh man, I'm so glad you introduced a massive chandelier. You don't even know.
So yeah, she
Wasn't there a chandelier in 13 Dead End Drive that you could drop?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she click clacks across the floor hurriedly, and then pauses and takes off her shoes, and then continues through the ballroom on padding on stocking feet.
Love that. So you've taken your action, right?
I have, yeah. I rummaged in the atrium.
Cool. All right, then Jameson. It's time to off another guest, I guess.
Had we established who 8 is here?
8 is one of the
Last
One of
remaining.
one of the descendants.
Descendant.
the newly elected favorite.
Yeah. maybe because it's not a face card, it's like an elder grandchild.
Topaz.
Mm,
Topaz
Named-
O'Toole.
Named Topaz O'Toole. That's a fantastic name.
Mhm.
They are an international person of mystery. And Jameson overhears this person walk into the kitchen and gasp, and Jameson goes, "In here!"
Yeah, they're gonna be like, sure, okay.
Come on.
I can't get this by myself. Please hurry.
All right, who's Topaz? Who's acting as Topaz?
Sure.
Okay.
I must admit, I'm
You-
rather on my guard at the moment.
Yes, you're scared. Lots of things been going horribly wrong this evening for a great deal of folks. The door shuts and latches behind.
Your arms are covered in blood, and yeah, this wayfish human pulls from inside their skinny fitting like suit like a Derringer pistol and levels it at you. I'm trained in firearms.
Go ahead.
And yeah, there's I think there's like a swell in like strings as they're winding up to take the shot, and there is a loud bang and there is a bullet hole to the side of you. It just missed your ear.
I'll do you one better. Goes through his shoulder, but he doesn't flinch. Now,
Oh, it's Jameson's shoulder.
Oh shit! Yeah, actually hit
Jameson's
you.
shoulder,
Yeah.
but he doesn't flinch.
Holy shit!
And,
what?
And this
Like,
poor
what is-
woman can see a little bit of glowing purple in his eyes. Now,
Oh my god.
he starts rolling up his sleeves.
Jameson is a space vampire.
I don't claim to know you or your family. But you go through life like I do, working with people like, well, you met Vincent.
Who are you?
Sometimes you make pacts, sometimes you make deals, sometimes you make promises that need to be kept.
No, it can't end like this.
And then we cut away to outside, and you hear an animalistic, multi-throated roar
Yeah.
as just tentacle silhouettes in the window.
Oh, great. Oh my god.
And
Shit, this escalated so quick.
and then again from the window you see it coalesce back into the silhouette of a man in his
Jameson.
mid-60s.
I did not realize Jameson was that
All
old.
right.
Jameson's possessed? How did we not realize that? I said there was something fishy going on.
And
Literally.
and then this one also just getting arms under the arms, and actually no, I think this person's just gone. I think they're just gone.
Yeah, you ate them or something right there in your digestive tract.
Listen, pacts have been made, promises must be kept. I need to discard, however.
Yes.
Yeah.
2.
2 cards.
Oh no,
My god.
I'm going to use my odd ability, and I will have attempted that murder without discarding cards.
What? Jameson had 2. That's incredible. Jameson indeed is powerful, as it turns out.
Powerful.
And then I will move into the ballroom as though I'm on my way somewhere else and nod. Lola.
Jameson.
I mean, Lola definitely heard animalistic noises and somebody being eaten just now, just to throw it out there. All right, so that was Jameson's turn, right?
That was Jameson's turn.
So now we're on to Vincent.
All right, Vincent, in a dashing, run into the fire kind of moment, is going to hop over into this master bedroom, and what I just want to know, like, what does Cyrus look like in this flame?
Yeah. I think in the flickering embers of this purple green blaze, it illuminates a pattern on the emerald green suit that he's wearing. Is that like brocade? No, that's like scripture.
Yeah. So I think. Yeah. So he shouts out, Cyrus.
Cyrus turns around.
You must be stopped.
Oh. I mean, we should probably stop the fire first, if you haven't noticed.
You caused it, you demon. You space vampire. I know what you are.
Space vampire? Oh, darling. I'm not a space vampire. I'm just merely gay, that's all.
Nevertheless,
it's easy to get the two confused.
Just merely gay.
If I had a nickel for every time somebody confused me for space vampire, boy.
Oh, sorry, my space vampire radar is off.
No. Nevertheless, you've been a thorn in my side. All you've done is threaten me with this past history of something that I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. And maybe it was good. Maybe I liked it. But that doesn't mean that I didn't truly have feelings for Selena, which I watched you kill with your brain powers.
Kill? You would blame me for such a heart-rending act? I did nothing of the sort. I would never kill somebody. Did you see me say words? Did you see me pull a knife? Did you see me do anything to her at all? I thought not.
No, I didn't. And that's exactly why it's so perfect.
You've starred in one too many conspiracy movies. But then I do suppose there is an upside to the way that things are gone. With her gone, you can now focus on your true potential.
My true potential.
And I can bring that out of you, if you so choose.
He steps forward hesitantly.
We're gonna go for maximum symbolism here, and then you can like X card it if not. He, from the jewelry case, pulls out a ring with again a shiny oil-like gem, this time adorned with 2 engraved butterflies, and pulling you close, slips it onto your finger.
He lets you do that, and he looks and says, I don't know what this is, but I do know what this is. And you feel a prick from the syringe full of poison into your hand.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go.
I'm gonna murder you!
All right, this is the first character-on-character murder. What are
Double kings. Can you defend against that?
Oh shit. Hold on.
All right, so there are multiple options. If you do have a king in your hand, you can discard to defend yourself. If you happen to have both other kings, like congrats, you can do revenge and kill Oz instead, or rather, not Oz. Don't kill Oz.
Just
Kill
look
Vincent
through the screen and just it style take him out. Unfortunately, while I do have some very spicy cards in my hand, they are not two kings or one king.
The third option here is to plead, which is if someone's attempting to murder you, you can choose to plead for your life, and you discard the top card of the deck. If the discarded card matches one of the murder attempt cards, you stop their attempt. And if that succeeds, we can go into what that is, but you're basically making a bargain for your life and hoping for the best.
No, I think I want to be an MFing ghost.
Yes.
That's almost better for Cyrus.
Yeah, right?
I feel like Cyrus will be a very powerful ghost.
He's gonna fuck us
He's
so
gonna
bad.
say, yeah, we're so fucked. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So much worse.
you inject Cyrus with poison. And you still have him in close range, and there's a and he coughs, and instead of blood coming out of his mouth, oil splatters the side of your face as he looks up at you. His eyes are kind of bloodshot with green veins as you see like oil drip down the side of his face.
And Vincent's eyes are just like bugged. Like he doesn't even flinch at this oil landing on his face. He's just like in this happy murder place of finally being able to destroy you.
Ah!
Oh, well, I never thought you'd be penetrating me like this. I suppose we have to take what we can get. But don't worry. We'll still be together forever. And the eyes roll back into the head as the body falls limp in your arms, and the only thing that can be heard is the soft crackling of the master bedroom's furniture.
Oh,
Vincent straightens out his coat, says, "I've still got those acting chops." And rips off this butterfly thing that you put on his finger and just chucks it into the fire. All right,
It explodes.
That was masterful scene.
it was so good.
Amazing.
All right, so
amazing.
yes, I also agree. So death, you've already done the melodramatically overact the scene of your death. I feel like you just regular style acted a really great scene, so I don't want to taint that.
Oh no, we piled it on for sure.
But that is one of the parts of death. Anyway, you also want to place all of your belongings that you currently have face up in the room where you died, on top of any belongings that are already there. If your secret card is not yet revealed.
Why you like this?
Oh god! Stop simulating. What are you doing?
That's elegant, is what that is.
Just like
the non-Euclidean angles.
What is happening? Okay, so
I mean,
Why is this table a
it's
curved
your problem
surface?
now. I ain't touching that shit. You can solve
yeah,
it.
it's fine. I think you can press G to group them. Yeah.
Oh, there we
okay.
go. There we go. We did it.
And then we'll just doot. Okay, and those are now face up in here, so everybody can look through those if you want to. All right. If your secret card is not yet revealed, reveal it. So flip your card.
It was very close.
I knew it was 5,
Very
7, or
close.
9.
Very close.
I was going to make a
that was-
guess at Vincent's as well. I'm mad.
That was really close, and I love that particular thing when somebody can count cards well enough to make a guess. It's so good.
It was a guess. I knew. I was like, okay, I'll just pick 7.
Yeah.
It's a fun moment.
It was close.
Oh, well.
You remove your token from the mansion, so
Oh no.
And instead of a belongings pile, you now have an ectoplasm pile. So there you go.
That
Oh,
body
yeah, I guess
pile
I'm
is
in the
the
body pile
ectoplasm pile?
Yeah, makes sense.
He can use the bodies as ectoplasm?
No, it's
I just put his pawn in the body pile.
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, that
Got it,
would
got it.
be
I was like, what?
wild. That is an interesting,
Ghost
it
is like,
tempts me, but but there's a lot of bodies in that pile. That gives you a lot of power. You have to build up your strength as a ghost. You're a brand new ghost. You're like a baby ghost.
I'd love to be a baby ghost, absolutely.
But now you have access to ghostly actions, which are really relevant right now because it's your turn.
Let me go and read these through real briefly. Sorry. If I'm dead, choose from a list of actions during your turn instead of actions while you're alive. You can manifest anywhere rather than moving, so I can teleport. Fantastic. Sorry, I'm being very... I should probably read these aloud because this is still kind of explaining
Yeah,
for the
sure,
people.
yeah, go for
Right,
it.
right. So my options: I can haunt somebody. Your spirit manifests to taunt a living player guest. Tell us what creepy thing happens to them. How does the player react? Steal a card from their belongings and add it to any other player's belongings or to your ectoplasm pile. Poltergeist. Discard the top card of the deck. If that card's number matches the number of a face-up room in the mansion, you may attempt to murder in that room by some supernatural manipulation. Bide. Watch and wait from the shadows while you gather energy. What disturbing thing happens in the mansion as the result of your growing power? Draw the top 2 cards of the deck and add them to your ectoplasm pile. Possess. Target a character. Discard cards from your ectoplasm pile equal to the number of their possessions plus 2. If they're a non-player guest, they have 0 possessions. That character is now dead, and you are back in the game in their body. You can take standard actions again. Indeed.
Wow.
Wow, that's cool.
I love that. I
That's
love
awesome.
that. Love it.
Unfortunately, my hand sighs, and this is now going to be Cyrus's voice for the rest of the game. Cyrus's hand size is currently 0, meaning that I should probably add some cards to my hand. Fortunately for me, however, Vincent decided to go and take me on with a large number of cards in his hand, and now that it's dwindling, he grows ever closer to death. So I'm going to haunt you, I think. Yes. So the moment that you see the body kind of fall from your arms, and you just kind of discard the body to the floor, oh yes, you check the time on your watch, and all that you see the arms on the watch. I assume it's like a that kind of watch, because it can't be a digital watch. It's the 1940s, Nathan.
Yeah.
Idiot. They start to like spin in weird directions from each other. Yes. And then it lands on a time, and that is now a skull. And
This is so 1950s horror movie. I love it.
So
so how the fuck do you feel, friend?
Shocked. Just shocked, and yeah, no, definitely. Like he's gonna take this watch and he's gonna quickly try and unclasp it. What devilry is this?
You unclasp it from your wrist, and you feel like you try and peel it away, and it's like stuck, and you have to wrench it away from your and as you pull it away, you feel like these thick strands of black shiny oil like ichor was attaching it to your wrist. And as you pull it away from yourself, something is also pulled away from you. I'm just going to pull it blind and put it in my hand.
So we can assume that's added to your ectoplasm pile?
Yeah, I just steal it.
Nice.
I heard his panic.
Oh no. Wait, and then you go next round, don't you?
Double Jameson, and then.
Yeah. I mean, that's my turn. And then I guess my next turn. Oh, let's have the time move forward.
Wait.
Yeah. Gotta kill somebody.
Yeah.
Actually,
there's no one else to kill.
this is an interesting time. Okay, so the clock strikes 5. Lightning does strike, and the lights come back on, but there are no non-player guests left. So a player guest can never be killed in this manner at the end of the hour. So nobody dies as a result of this hour passing. And we just go straight back to Cyrus.
Yeah. We we move to the ballroom because I can teleport anywhere on my turn.
Wait, did you possess it?
Wait. Yeah, you hold up.
Sorry, you would use the purple, right?
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm purple.
Okay.
That's right.
But you don't need to worry about.
I don't need to worry about that anymore. Yeah,
that's your
incorporeal.
It's fine.
There's an incorporeal pawn.
Yeah. I guess probably having it on the map maybe matters because sometimes it's in the thing I'm in the room is the person I'm targeting, and that helps me track. That's why I moved.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's why I moved Vincent on accident.
You're welcome to use
so I'm going to use my pawn just so I know where my ghost is at, even if I can teleport around. Apologies for moving yours. So the camera cuts over to the ballroom.
Scared.
As the moonlight shines down on both Jameson and Lola and kind of catches almost as if highlighter is placed upon one's skin. Your collarbones tastefully revealed, caught in the light. And it also catches something in Jameson's eyes. There is an infinite depth within Jameson's eyes. And reflected infinitely within the chandelier, you see, Jameson, the face of Cyrus. Not that there's even a face anymore. It's just a glowing emerald green, abstracted without a body, is what you see, Jameson, and echoing within you. Yes, you've been working hard, I see. Sating the hunger within you.
Paying off an old debt.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the ravenous, the greedy, do end up going hungry. And you feel, I think the Jameson that is an eldritch, there are stabbing pains in their stomach. You have like a horrendous stomach ache that would have any lesser man collapse to their knees in pain. Lola, you actually see what is Jameson wearing?
He has, over the course of moving around in his murder circle, at one point it was, tweed jacket, tie, cufflinks. Now he's down to shirt sleeves, suspenders, blue shirt rolled up, tie is loose.
Tentacles.
Yes. So Lola, you see as Jameson kind of like winces in pain, like his stomach visibly rumble. And then, oh God, is that something pressing from the inside?
Oh no.
And it lingers just long enough for you to register that that's a thing. And then it goes, and Jameson, you feel like something has been taken from within you.
Oh, something very important was just taken from within me.
I am taking these cards blind. I do not know what I am taking. I don't know whether the rule allows me. It says steal a card without. It doesn't say with or without looking. So I'm just taking it blind.
I should make that explicit. But yeah, it's not. You don't get to look.
Cool. I figured, but I love the drama of just being like, no, this one. So yeah, and then Jameson, as soon as that pain starts, it immediately stops, and you feel that there's something within you that is now missing.
Fortunately, God made bourbon.
which god?
Oh no! Yes.
Fortunately, Cthulhu made bourbon.
I didn't know Cthulhu was responsible for bourbon.
Well, there you go.
I feel like
Thanks,
rum-
Cthulhu.
Explains
Actually,
an
I'm
awful lot,
drinking
doesn't it?
Kraken right now. I feel like the rum is probably a Cthulhu.
Perfect. You're sending the vibes through the internet. But anyway, that is now my turn. I pass it forward to the next to suffer.
All right, Vincent.
Vincent. All right, Vincent. After this horrific incident with his watch, is going to just search this master bedroom for basically anything that he can use for the oncoming. He feels like this isn't over, right? He could sense it from this watch that killing him might have made things worse. So I'm gonna rummage and I'm gonna use my heart action to get an extra card. So I'm just taking 2 cards. I'm gonna take this Jack, because yes please, and I will take this 8, whatever. Okay. And I think it's gonna be a things that he takes are going to be the thing he most needs right now. I need a suggestion because I'm kind of blanking. I think maybe like if it's something eldritch, something to stop eldritch somethings, right? Like I want like maybe like an elder sign pendant, right? He finds like something. He finds like so he finds like this protective amulet.
Which I feel like in the master
Could it
bedroom,
be a sextant, perhaps, with all of the
a what?
All of a sextant.
Love it.
Ooh, yes.
To go with all of the astrological stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll make that the 8, right? Because it's something that's useful, but not right now, right? And I think yes. So I'm gonna take a protective amulet and an eldritch sextant. Perfect. And then watching the master bedroom just kind of collapse into flames, before him, like he only has moments to get out, and so he rushes back into the atrium.
Are we gonna canonize that? Like,
I think so. I think we should just have the master bedroom.
It's gone.
I like it.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so good. Love it.
Discard it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
What's
and then that like dramatic 1950s, right? Like dive through a door and then like, big blocks, bricks and stuff like fall through the doorway and pile up.
Yeah.
And he looks and he's like, huh, that was close.
All right, Jameson. What's up?
What do you got? What do you got?
Thinking.
Oh my god, I've been on edge for like half an hour wondering what he's gonna do.
I had other plans, but then someone took something very important to me.
The murder card? Yeah.
Jameson he sort of stares shifty at Lola, like he's half cornered beast, but also half like predator ready, like he's not quite sure which way to move. Yes, you an architect or a pawn? Do you participate or did you only watch? And then he bolts out of the room and is going to rummage in the pantry.
Oh, shit.
And I rummage by
You just look through all 3 of the cards.
looking through all 3. I was just, hang on, let me look at my moves real quick. I don't think I can do anything on account of everyone is dead. Could I steal from one of the dead? Can I steal from an NPG corpse?
So you just want to basically take from the top of the deck instead of.
Well, no, it's not instead. My diamond power is when you rummage, you may also take a belonging from an NPG, and then I draw from the deck.
Did anybody die in the pantry? Like, did you kill somebody
yes,
in the pantry?
I killed someone in the pantry. They're
Then
currently
sure.
part of me.
Yeah.
It was Topaz, wasn't it?
It was Topaz.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'll draw one from the top of the deck, and then how do you look at these? Search. Oh, and then oh yeah. Okay. All right. That's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, I should say what I was looking for.
Yeah. And what you found.
I would like to say, so the thing that I stole, I think I was looking for yet another something else to use to defend myself. I will say I found their Derringer. It was just in my pocket, having been transferred
Yes.
through the process, along with the bullet that was fired into my shoulder. They have reconvened in their proper configuration. The thing that I was looking for was the key to this trapdoor, because within the trapdoor, I know, is the other amulet, the one that can stop whatever causes this.
Oh.
And
pay your debt, as it were.
Yet to pay my debt. Do I need to tell you what card I drew or what I got? Well, let's just say I got that.
Oh, yeah. If that's what you're looking for and that's what you got, sure. That works. Okay. Great. So then we got Lola.
All right. Lola grips the tome she found in the atrium. Her knuckles are white on its binding. And she takes a deep breath and she follows Jameson into the pantry. And she remembers the last time she talked to Bartholomew. And he seemed scared. He was sweaty. He was shaking. He was terrified. And he said things that made no sense to her, but he made sure that she remembered where that tome and where that dagger was. And now she sees it and she can feel that something else is around. Something else is creeping its way through this mansion. And if she doesn't take care of them right now, something unspeakable is going to happen. So she goes up to Jameson and she, her eyes wide, and she creeps up in her stocking feet and goes to attack him.
Oh no.
Murder.
Okay, so how do I do this? Do I reveal my 2 cards?
That's correct, yes.
And he has to beat one of my cards? Is that how that works?
Yes. To defend himself, he has to discard a card matching the number on one of your murder attempt cards. To take revenge, meaning kill you instead of you killing him, he can discard
I would have to match
2
both.
matching ones. And there's also plead, which is where he makes a deal for his life by discarding the top card of the deck, if there is one, and hoping that that matches one of your cards.
I see. Okay. Okay. I'm going to play a king and a 3.
3. So, the big question is, does Jameson have a king or a 3?
Oh,
Or
does
both.
he have to? He can match any one?
Yeah, you can match the king or the 3 for for defend, not for revenge. For revenge, he has to match both.
Can I retcon that? Sorry, I misunderstood.
Sure, yeah.
I'm taking that 3 back. And I'm playing a queen.
Oh, okay.
You woke up and choose violence today, I see.
Okay, so Jameson, have you got either of those?
Nathan, look at me.
Yes, you hear an echoing in your ear, being kind of like, well, I did form a pact, a business deal.
Made up better
Just
than
consider
me.
me human resources, and it turns out that today you're the inhuman resource. Sorry, you've been let go. As whatever Lola does.
At this point, it's all the humanity in his eyes. And he just says, please, please.
Oh, so you're pleading?
Yep.
Yeah, flip over that top card.
Oh my god!
Oof.
If you hadn't retconned!
Oh, that's art.
That's
Ladies
beautiful.
and gentlemen of the non-binary, you've witnessed art today.
And Lola looks at him and she says, it wasn't enough. That you had to destroy our family. You had to make a pact with those things. She says, you don't deserve any mercy. And she plunges the dagger into his neck.
Oh no.
Spurt. And the only look you're getting out of Jameson is the humanity, and it's a sadness that was not in his eyes before, and all he says as he breathes 1, 2, 3 final breaths is he promised. He promised. And Jameson falls to the floor.
Lola has killed many people in her life and feels nothing.
Yes.
Her face
Fuck
is
him
just
up.
stone as he tries to plead one last time, and she just like
And sorry, go ahead.
as he collapses. Oh, an ace! Oh my god!
So yeah, that's your belongings, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. So that's the end of the round, correct?
Yeah, that is the end of the round.
Mhm.
All right. So. Oh, what? Why did it go 2 times? Anyway, so this
I have a
is.
question again. You had an ace in your hand.
Mhm.
Couldn't you have used that to defend?
I don't think so. It has
No,
to
you
be
have to
the exact
match.
value.
Have to match the value.
Oh, it's an exact match. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm understand. I thought it was match or exceed. Cool, I got it.
I was thinking about match or exceed, but I don't want it. I don't know. I want it to be hard to.
Yeah,
no,
no,
I
I like
think that makes
this.
sense. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All right, so the clock strikes 6. Again, we don't have a non-player guest left, so nobody dies on the hour. And important to note, there's only 2 living guests, and this is the last turn. So, because 7 a.m. is when dawn hits.
And then there were 2.
Yep.
Also, it's like I just have natural light in my room. That's why I'm getting way darker, and I feel like it really works.
I love it.
Mhm.
Let me know if you can't see me at any point.
No,
but-
I can see
No,
it.
no,
This
it's
is
perfect.
this is
You've
perfect
gone
horror
from
movie
sunny
lighting.
to sinister.
Yes.
Okay. So she, despite her cool demeanor, is like panting as Jameson dies at her feet. And so she's going to. I can rummage through his belongings. Yes. Okay.
All the belongings in the room,
Very
including like the ones that are face down as well. So
Okay. So then, I'm going to go ahead and rummage. Let's see these. Oh, so she's like digging through this gross corpse.
oh yeah. By the way, can Jameson reveal his card? Because that's one of the things. About
Oh, yes.
Oh,
3 of diamonds.
five.
Oh, wait, 5 of diamonds. Whatever. I can't. What?
Yeah, the 5 and the 3 is hard. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I should
Yeah,
have
it is
just counted the
confusing.
number of diamonds.
Yeah, that's a handy trick.
Okay, so she's rummaging through, and it's like there's like ooze coming out of his ears, and she like shudders, and as she's looking through, there's a tattoo on her wrist that starts to glow, but she doesn't really notice it, and then she like grabs it, looks around, and she can feel the presence of the ghosts, and she is going to escape to the observatory. And she looks up at the stars, and she now can see Venus very bright in the sky, and just above it is Mars, and they seem to be coming closer and closer together.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is like Majora's Mask, the moon in the sky, like huge Venus, that way too big. It should not be this big in the sky.
Yeah, it's 1950s big, right? Like, they're literal marbles in the sky that are like... Yes. Just looks up like...
All right, Jameson's ghost.
Now I really regret not playing with the voice effects earlier. I didn't realize I'd be an eldritch horror when we started this.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay. I'm going to myself quickly review.
Because your starting hand is 0.
Mm-hmm.
Adding cards
Yeah.
to it might be.
I'm
but
going
this
to-
is the final turn, however.
Yeah, I'm going to teleport. Wait, which one is Lola?
Red.
I'm
Yeah,
red.
the red.
Red. Teleport into the observatory here, and it's the form of I think whatever energy created his eldritch form is just moving through the wires. And so he seeps.
Why, you can turn the power off.
He seeps out of the breakers that were in here, and you've created a wraith with this. He does not speak.
So
It's
afraid.
just wailing as it passes through you, and you feel a tugging at something somewhere. And I don't have to do anything. I just take something, right?
Yeah, you just take.
I just take something, and
you can
then
put it in
your own
any
power.
player's hand. It
Yeah.
doesn't
and
have
then
to necessarily be
I continue through. The tugging subsides as though you just picked up a gallon of milk that you thought was full, but it's empty. And Jameson passes into the next room, and Vincent feels the same thing in reverse, along with no words, but just the feeling, kill.
Wait, what just happened? What action was that?
That was haunt.
Haunt.
When you take a card from Haunting, you do not have to keep it. You can give it to another character.
So you get. That's so good. Oh, and you give him
Because
this-
I think it's well established that Vincent is not part of
no
whatever's
he has
going
no
on.
idea.
Hmm.
All right.
All right. Well, speaking of Vincent,
All right. With the sextant in hand, he knows exactly where he needs to go, which is the observatory. And upon entering, sees
Vincent.
Lola.
She's like terrified.
What is happening in this house?
His
You need to tell me.
His inheritance isn't his money. It's insanity.
So
And
what
she's
are
like-
you?
She's like looking at the star chart, and she's like, "It has to be here somewhere. We have to find a way out."
So what are you saying? That all of this was just a ruse? There is no... We don't want this money, this inheritance?
I don't know. But even if we survive, I don't know if... Did you get Cyrus?
I did.
Oh, God.
Are we the only
Makes it
ones
worse.
left?
He's coming for us.
Who?
Jameson came for me. Cyrus is coming for us.
Vincent looks between the star charts and Lola, realizing he has to make a decision between is this fortune worth it? And he rushes towards the one of the telescopes, right? And he just kind of feigns looking at the star, like he looks through it, right? And then he'll say, it's almost, planetary convergence has almost occurred. And you knew?
I thought he was insane. I thought everything he was saying was just madness. He was so paranoid at the end, and then he told me. He said it was the last time he'd seen me, but I didn't believe it. And she kind of pauses for a second. She looks at him and says, I think he knew this was gonna happen. What does he want us to do? Why?
We're just mice in his trap. It's not too late. It's not too late for us. It's not too late for us to walk away. We don't. If we go for this inheritance money, it's all over for one
Money
of us.
is nothing, Vincent. It's nothing.
No, Lola. It's everything. And he stabs you with the sextant. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm doing it.
So fucking good.
I'm doing it. Fuck it. Okay.
It's so dark in this room. I'm so afraid.
Vincent is not the sharpest.
This is the worst
murder
possible
weapon.
No
I know.
idea what
In the
happened.
shed.
Cthulhu's gonna win.
I know. Which is why I have
My
to
turn
do
is
this.
last, right?
I know, that's why I have to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna use a jack and a what else hasn't shown up? Alright, fine. A jack and because I think you might be you're either the queen or the 10 of hearts, but I don't know which one, so I'm gonna either way. Alright. A jack and a queen.
Okay.
Wow, Jack is actually foolproof, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like all jacks are visible.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's true.
correct. I was like, that's why I'm like, I need this. I need to use that one. But I don't know what the other one I should use is.
Okay.
So I'm taking a gamble.
So she, you go at her with the sextant, and she pulls out the tool that she found right at the beginning of the game, the part of a cleaning kit for telescopes, and she parries aside your
Damn.
sextant.
Damn it!
Mm.
Great defense. That was amazing.
Okay. Wow.
I'm gonna die.
Everybody's gonna die for sure.
This is it. It's so long until my turn, you guys.
You don't have another turn.
No, this is
Yeah.
it.
don't think I
I mechanically cannot kill you. Because I do not have the number of cards in my ectoplasm pool, but I will do something narratively that fucks you both over.
You could always
So-
flip over the top card of the deck, hoping it's an 8.
Nah, I'm good. With I enjoy. I've not used the bide skill yet,
Mm-hmm.
and unlike Pokemon, this bide skill is actually good. So, the essence of Cyrus diffuses through the house and goes into the basement, to the basement that we saw Jameson retrieve a second amulet for before. And there is some mining equipment in the basement, actually. It's actually like an oil pump spigot thing, representing the first place that Bartholomew ever found oil. And the voice reverberates through the house. It takes a long time to make oil, made from the bones of ancient beasts, used to power our everyday lives. Bartholomew was lucky once to find some oil, but fossil fuels are a finite resource. So he turned to organizations like ours for solutions. And we found new ways and new bodies to make oil from. Oil starts to rise from the basement, like upwards. You look down and you see glowing, radiating, the same kind of like purple yellow fire that you saw like through the floor, and it's getting closer. The fortune is holding the secret and, well, the literal fortune of an infinite supply of oil. It just needs, well, human resources. I hope you go towards powering something useful. As the house fills with oil.
And there's still some fire in the house, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it will probably. I like either of these two endings where it catches fire and everybody burns, or this like fire that hits the oil does not destroy the oil because it is some bizarre unknown resource, and you get like La Brea tar pitted. Either oil. Have fun.
Yeah.
Either oil.
Either oil.
All right, so that
Oh, man.
marks the striking of the 7th hour, which means then the deceased game is in fact null and void. It's nobody's going to inherit whatever the inheritance was.
Huh. I mean, I guess this would mean that if there was one person still living, then the oil probably would have stopped rising.
Yeah.
But under current circumstances.
I think, yeah. So how does the epilogue work? I have a couple ideas for how this would.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
Same. But
So-
Vincent right now is scowling and seething at Lola.
Lola's like, don't you see?
And the clock dramatically strikes throughout the house. 7. No!
So the way the epilogues work is we are going to go around the table describing the aftermath of the evening's events for your individual character. And if you died, you should describe like the effect of that on people close to you.
Mhm.
If you completed your goal, even if you died, your epilogue should be generally positive for your character. Additionally, you can add a detail to the winner's epilogue. In this case, we're just going to say a living player's epilogue that made it out not dead. If you did not complete your goal, your epilogue should be generally negative.
Cool.
So what was everybody's goals, and did they complete them?
Start with the dead
Wow.
players.
Yeah, as Heart's Odd, my goal is to murder as many characters as possible, which I assume is significantly distinct from murdering as many non-player guests as possible. I did not murder any, so in that regards, I have failed.
Oh. Well, okay.
My goal as it was the 5 of diamonds. I had to kill 3 non-player guests,
Success.
and I succeeded in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Mine was the 6 of hearts.
Yes, I fucking knew it. So, if you hadn't murdered me, I would have accused you of being 6 of Hearts.
Oh, damn. I didn't realize you were that onto me. Yeah, so my goal was to get rid of that thorn in my side and murder 1 target, which was definitely Cyrus.
Yeah. That's what gave the game away when you were kind of like, need to murder this bitch. It's like, okay, no.
My goal was the same. Queen of Hearts. My target. So I got to choose my target, and so I was debating between Cyrus and Jameson for some time, and landed on Jameson because I had an elaborate backstory, but I guess now more because he was a cultist, like a lead cultist or whatever. But you know what? Cyrus would work too. So yes, I did succeed in my goal.
All right. Well, in that case, let's go around. I guess. Do you want to start with dead folks or with living folks? What do we want to do?
I think we should do living folks, and then the dead folk can like add the detail that haunts us, like the
I'd like,
thing at the end.
I'd like
of
to
the
go
story.
last if I could.
Yeah. Okay. So, sure. Let's hear about Vincent Steele.
Okay. I think as the house is filling up with oil, and flames start to like catch the different rooms, the atrium goes up quickly because it's all plants. It's like he quickly descends down the spiral staircase to the billiards room, which he knows everything is marble, right? So that and gilded, right? So it's not going to go up as fast in flames, and he has to like swim through all of this oil, right? And it's just this black blood like substance, right? And he smashes a window with oversized, I don't know, I guess just with a pool cue, smashes a window open so that he can escape into the night and just watches the mansion burn. And you just see his eyes are manic. He was so close. He was so close, and he was willing to sacrifice everything to be a star in Hollywood, including his own humanity.
Mm-hmm.
You were almost a literal star, like
Yeah. I guess
of-
in a way, I have Lola to thank for saving me from the precipice of madness.
Okay. Lola, as the planets converge, the tattoo on her arm starts to glow brighter and brighter, and there's this sort of like purplish light coming from her arm, and she opens up the tome of spells and rituals, and she doesn't really even think about it. She just starts chanting, and these like sounds, these unearthly, impossible sounds come out of her mouth, and her panicked look goes from stress and fear to calm and focus, and her eyes fill from the bottom with black oil, and she as the oil continues to rise up, she sinks back into it.
Yes. Oh my god. Hell yes. Is this what environmental storytelling really is? Yeah. The oil continues to rise through the house. The top layer of it burning that purple and gold until it reaches the tip of the observatory, and then it holds and all the fire extinguishes. And then it starts to drain slowly back whence it came, leaving everything perfectly intact. Every plant, the bed restored, the bottles of alcohol, the food in the kitchen, all perfectly recreated, the game reset to be played again.
Damn, that's so good.
Oh my god.
All right. I guess that just leaves Jameson, right?
One full celestial cycle later, a group of 12 more people are arriving at the mansion. The very same butler is there. showing everyone in, showing them to their rooms. And there is a relatively haggard looking someone who would be desperate and is willing to take this chance. Gets off the phone. Let's say it's like present day now, right? Hangs up. Oh, no, honey, I'll be home tomorrow. I promise. Yeah. Hangs up. And is escorted into the foyer, where there's a high-backed leather wing-back chair in front of a fireplace, and is offered a drink. And when the drink is placed in his hand, something pricks him. He goes, ah! And then time will slow down, and we'll zoom into his face, and we'll see a swirl of purple in each eye, and as though it comes from everywhere and nowhere all at once, the phrase, serve.
Oh, I just turn a light on.
That was so good.
This was amazing.
Yes.
This was better than I ever would have imagined.
Oh shit!
That was so good. That was
No
so
one was
insane.
ready. Literally, no one was ready.
The world will never be the same.
Wow.
Dear God.
Oh, wow, that was great. I love it.
Truly.
Yes, so this was, I'm sure you're all wondering why I've gathered you here this evening.
Oh my gosh, 11 out of 10, Logan. Holy
Yes. So good. But you know what? This group in particular made it. I mean, this was so good.
Yes.
Y'all didn't know I could do horror like that, could you?
shit.
Amazing.
This is rad. This is so rad.
That was, oh my gosh, we just all fell into such perfect roles, and everybody was giving and taking so well. That was just
Yeah.
amazing.
No, I love how this game just very slowly sets up a bunch of different Chekhov's guns for you to play with, right? As you explore, and then it's so good. It's so good.
Thank you.
I have a headcanon now of what happened at the end of ours, right? Where Lola frantically begins chanting and stuff. I wonder if maybe this is the 200th time she's been through this. And she's trying to stop it.
And she only ever gets it like right at the end.
But all she's managed to do is reset so far.
Maybe eventually.
Yep.
Maybe she's there at that next thing.
That's what I'm thinking is like one of the last guests to arrive is the first ex-wife of whoever.
Yep. Oh,
that was great.
Yes.
So I want to quickly shout out Nathan and Oz will be writing. They'll be guest writers in the book. We blasted through like every stretch goal, but one of the first ones was that I got a bunch of cool people to write given deceases. So while in this game we collectively wrote the deceased together, there's going to be 10 deceased in the obituary section of the book that sort of set that up for you. And in addition, it's not just some old rich person, because that's what the base game is. It's going to be something that totally turns it on their ear. If y'all want to talk about the deceased that you're planning on, go for it, or we can just keep it as a surprise.
Cyclical eldritch horror.
Right now I feel like we need to have it. But yeah, so I've already designed mine. Mine is going to be a cyberpunk CEO. So you are fighting in the penthouse, and it is all televised. So there's going to be a voting mechanic at every round to get belongings, whoever was the most entertaining. And also when you die, you instead of becoming a ghost, your consciousness gets uploaded into the AI that controls the house. So you get a bunch of different actions for that.
Nice.
So on brand for you, Oz.
Yeah.
I think I ended up putting together something similarly on brand of the deceased being a famous roboticist. and I'm still developing this, but one of the key ideas is that any of the players may indeed be robots. They are not currently aware that they are robots, and will find that out by accident as they go through the house. And then once you're a robot, who knows what new abilities that you can get and can do things. Robots might be easier or harder to kill, and so on and so forth. So yeah, the twist. I like the idea of discovering with horror that you are not who you thought you were mid-playing, and see how I can render that mechanically is the challenge I'm giving myself with my...
There would have to be like a special card or something that you can flip, and then if your card matches a suit or a number or something like that, then you are a robot, and then like you have a series, right? So like,
but it could be
as
like
you
a
go through-
random... It could be a random card, right? So you don't know from
It's
like,
not the
staring,
same
it's
every
like,
time.
right? So like halfway through the game, I don't know if you ever played the Battlestar Galactica
Yes,
board
that's
game.
exactly what I was
Yeah.
just thinking.
But yeah, midway through the game,
You get
half
dealt
of
a new
like,
card.
You get dealt a new card, and you might be a robot.
Well, that would
Just-
be interesting.
I also wrote a deceased as an example, but will be in the book, and it is Santa Claus.
I saw that in the manual, and I was like, aha.
Love it.
And if you win that one, then you inherit the moniker of Santa Claus, whether you want to or not.
Hope you've all
What's
been
an
good all
ending?
year.
Well, excellent. Well, this was an amazing
It was a
game.
good time, guys.
Go check it out. It's on Kickstarter. Back it. It's blown through its goal, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't get your hands on it. And yeah, thank you to all of our guests this evening for a rousing game.
My pleasure.
We shall see you. We shall see you again, as
Until
destined in the
Oh, boy.
stars. Until next time.
Yes.
Everyone cackle.